We are now. What's up, Barnhill family, and welcome back to your home for all things combat sports.
Yo.
We are live once again, guys. UFC 325. We're going to be sitting here with you through the whole main card, giving our reactions and our play-by-play analysis. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're enjoying the fight so far. Nick, what have you thought so far?
Well, we just got in here. You know, I missed the last one because I was driving over. But all in all, I saw some of the early prelim stuff where they were doing the road to the UFC segment, and I thought that was pretty cool. A couple guys got some contracts. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Like Dana White Contender Series on a fight card.
Yeah, and earlier today, too, is your son's birthday party. So that's what we were doing earlier.
Well, I will be fully transparent. This first fight on the main card will be the first fight that I have seen tonight because we've had family stuff going on. We had a birthday party at a jungle gym place that, you know, is hard to get a 3-year-old out of.
And people might consider the setup, but the teardowns equally as time consuming.
It is. It is. But it was good. It was all in all good. I'm going to open up my YouTube here and just take a look at the chat. Let me see here. We are live. We got, let's see here. All right.
Right now they're just running the Paramount promos. I gotta say, I've been liking them. You showed me the Robert Whitaker one,
dude.
And
Bobby
this
Knuckles,
is another one. This is the one. No More Tears, Ozzy Osbourne. It's like a Volk. It's a great one for the main card.
And you know, the Land Down Under
that was cool
song in the background, like the cover of that song that was playing over Bobby Knuckles talking was. I do like. I mean, I get it. A lot of people, right? Were last weekend were, you know, griping about the amount of advertisements, and it was a lot. And I'm a sucker. I like to see the walkouts. I do like to hear the corner work and all that. But I do also understand that Paramount has to make a return on their almost $8 billion investment. But but the cinematic promotional stuff I have been enjoying. Like I really love that Bobby Knuckles video. I thought that was well done.
That was cool.
And he's on the desk this weekend.
And this one,
love that.
This one's good. This one's really well done. The countdowns have been cool.
Absolutely. We got 7 in the chat now.
What's up,
guys?
y'all?
If you're joining us, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're taking in the main event and the rest of the card.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one. So
they put a little hooker in this one. So dude, his highlight reel is truly insane.
Dude, yeah, I went and watched that fight with Dustin Poirier again, just because I kept seeing the highlights of it. I was like, that was such a good fight. You know, sometimes you have to refresh your memory.
Yeah.
You know, Dan Hooker, I don't think Dan Hooker, right, with a win tonight, gets himself really close to a title shot.
No.
But I do think with a win tonight, he's fighting for the BMF belt next.
For sure.
You know, that's kind of what is on the line. BSD is going to kind of be fast-tracked, I think. You know, if he gets a win, especially a finish, they're going to try to get – I think if BSD gets a finish, he's probably going to find himself in a title eliminator fight.
Yeah.
So he'll need to win tonight and then one more. If Dan Hooker wins, I don't necessarily think they'll put him in a title eliminator, but I definitely think they will put him, you know, up against the winner of Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Which either way you slice that, who wouldn't want to see that fight?
Yeah, great fight.
So let's take a look here. I'm going to pull up the fight card. So first fight on the card, Quayle and Saul killed Jamie Malarkey. So Saul killed absolute savage when it comes to the striking.
100%.
You know, 3 wins in 2025. 2 of them were brutal knockouts, including that last one that sent Nasrat to the shadow realm. That was one of those ones we had talked about it, you know, a couple of videos ago where as fight fans, you're so conditioned to seeing knockouts and seeing blood and all of that. But sometimes one just hits you a little bit different. And that was one of those ones you're like, oof, man, I hope Nasrat is actually okay.
Yeah. And sometimes the crowd's just quiet enough and the kick is just loud enough and you hear it go through. And sometimes those are actually the craziest things about watching that happen is when you can hear it happen good.
100%.
Sydney. Looks like a nice place.
All right. We got Torin Brown in the chat. Torin, what's up, man?
What's up?
What's up, Barnhill Bros? For this to be a number card, it feels like a fight night. Well, you know, I'll be honest, like the prelims, you know, as far as name recognition goes, were pretty light. I do think we're going to get some good fights on this main card.
It's a weak prelim, sort of, but this main card, in my opinion, I like some good striking matchups.
Yeah.
And maybe they aren't, title eliminators, but what's going on tonight is pretty interesting. We got
Yeah.
Rufy fighting Fazeev. That's a great fight if you like striking. Like, that's perfect matchmaking. And then of course, anytime Volkanovski's fighting, maybe we've already seen him fight, and we're kind of used to this because Volkanovski's had so many rematches and trilogies in his career that we know how good he does when he has time to really dissect somebody. Think of the Max Holloway situation. And so I guess people are maybe a little bit underwhelmed with who Volkanovski's fighting, and that's why they're saying maybe it's a fight night. But I still think when you can watch Volkanovski, you're watching one of the highest level fighters in all of combat sports history. And to be able to see that, to see him still do his thing at 37, 38 years old, it's a good card.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me, the fights that I'm most excited about are the Fazeev Rufy fight. Obviously, I think that's going to be electric. I'm interested to see what Quaylen Sawkild can do, because I think that he's one of those guys that after the year he had last year, if he comes and gets a quick knockout in January of 2026, he could get that sort of fast track treatment. People like him. He's young. He's got a style that the Paramount is proving to be very marketable in the Paramount era, as we're seeing, electric fighters are getting rewarded, and, non-exciting fighters, quite honestly, like, Fakhretdinov is getting cut, fighters that have undefeated records in the UFC. And so it's definitely a time in the UFC to be an exciting fighter, and Quaylen Sawkild is definitely that. So,
well, with his performances last year, imagine how much money he would have made if the bonuses were the new bonus were active, because they're doing a 100K if you get one of the main 4 performance bonuses, and then an extra 25 if you get a finish. So that right there is 50K because he had 2 finishes.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't remember if he got like a KO of the night, but I would imagine that head kick one was.
Yeah, that was definitely KO of the night.
So I mean, everybody just got the incentive to start finishing fights.
Yep.
I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense to go out there and try to not only get a knockout, but get the most vicious knockout possible.
Absolutely. We got Torrance saying getting close to UFC 326. Yeah, that card is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. Moses Fernandez is watching from Fort Worth, Texas. Texas in the house, baby. Let's go.
What's up?
I got Lopez. He's making improvements in the Silva fight. Even in the media, by learning English, the UFC is backing him. Huge star in the makings if he wins in impressive fashion. 100%. I mean, there's obviously, when you think about Movsar and you think about Lerone Murphy, like, quite honestly, you could make an easy case for either one of those guys that they're more deserving for a title shot. And so we're seeing, and I'm not mad at that. That's not to say that I'm mad at this fight tonight. Like, I'm excited for the fight
for sure,
but it's very clear that we can see what the UFC is looking for as far as when they're matchmaking for title fights and big fights, and they want exciting fighters who have a fan-friendly style. And Diego Lopez is, probably one of the top 6 or 7 guys in all of the UFC.
Yeah.
As far as that is concerned. So yeah, I think he's a huge star in the making if he gets a win tonight, especially beating Volk. I mean, everybody loves Volk, but he's just so he's so legendary. I mean, so iconic. When you think about it, like, he really only lost to Islam Makhachev, which he gave him the fight of his life at 155. And then the rematch was like short notice. So whatever. But and then probably the hardest hitting puncher in the history of I would say the hardest hitter anywhere south of 170 in the UFC's history.
155.
Maybe 155 in Ilia Topuria. And Konstantinos, what's up, man? Glad to have you back in the chat. Thank you again. He started a tip. Thank you so much, man. That's so appreciated. We really appreciate it, man. Torrance in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's go, Nick. You spent some time in Nashville, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
great
place.
Little bit. What was the? Oh my God, I can't believe it's been so long ago.
The music school. Belmont.
Yeah.
A lot. Still, I have some friends over there still. I mean, they obviously graduated, but most of them still live in Nashville.
They graduated but never left the city.
Yeah.
Torrance says Charles is going to beat Max Holloway. Too many people writing off Charles. Charles is going to rock Holloway on the feet and then submit him. Man, I mean, That would be something. Not saying that can't happen, certainly can, but that would be seeing Max Holloway get knocked down and then submitted would be like almost like your eyes were.
Yeah, you have a hard time
fooling
picturing
you,
it,
you know?
right? Yeah, you have a hard time picturing it. No, I mean, they made it a title fight, a BMF fight for a reason.
Yeah.
Either guy can win that fight. And they found the right two guys. Maybe Dan Hooker will be able to, get some attention if he can get a big win. But as of right now, these are the two guys in line for the BMF.
Yeah.
Given the circumstances of who's available and sort of what the BMF title looks for.
What are your early thoughts on that fight?
Charles and Max?
Yeah, I feel like Max technically on the feet is.
I love
cleaner.
how Max moves, and Charles is good. He's obviously really good everywhere, and he does get a little bit wild and land some crazy stuff, but that's not his best stuff.
Yeah,
sometimes that is what is putting him on his bottom. Maybe he'll wind up falling down and ending up on the ground because he tries to throw too big of a head kick in a fire exchange. So those type of situations I don't like. And when he has his most success is when he's really like planting his feet and throwing big shots, right? He's trading with people. But Max isn't the guy to do that with because Max is so evasive. He uses footwork to get in. He scores a couple. He gets out with good defense. And then he's right back in to pepper you some more. So I think obviously Charles has an advantage if it goes to the ground, but we don't really see Max Holloway on the ground all that much.
He
does
rarely,
so good at making sure his range is taken care of, and he's engaging on his own terms.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the thing about Max is he doesn't ever get knocked down. I mean, you think about like the Ilia Topuria fight was the only time he's ever been knocked down or out.
Rocked. Yeah.
I think Justin Gaethje did score a knockdown in the BMF fight.
I can't remember.
But yeah, I think if memory serves me, I think he did. But I mean, you think about it, a guy that's been in the league for over 10 years, I can think of 2 occasions when he was knocked down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In one of those occasions, he was knocked out by
William
Topuria.
Killed.
All right, guys. So let me see here. Checking in for my first live, enjoying the breakdowns you guys put out. Just discovered the channel. Dylan Rays 5. Dylan, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We hope to bring the best content we can. And just what we're planning on doing is hanging out for the entire main card, kind of calling the fights as we see in them. You're putting some things in the chat and just enjoying hanging out with you guys and watching the fights. So
thank you guys for joining here. And also, we always want to know what you guys think of the Paramount switch. Obviously, with them leaving ESPN, going to Paramount, we're trying to see what differences they make and if we like them or dislike them. I think so far I've liked most of the changes, but there have been a couple hiccups. So be on the lookout. If you see anything, put it in the chat and let us know. We'll be on the lookout.
All righty. So we got
They're killing a little time.
Yeah. So I think we're about to see the walkouts.
What time is it right now in Australia?
I don't know. Let me see. Time in Australia.
Because it's got to be like morning time right now. It's so weird that I was thinking about it.
It's 1:13 p.m.
I was thinking about it. In America, we watch fights at night. That's just the way it's always been. But Australian fans, like their culture is waking up and watching fights like in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
It's like it's an entirely different experience as a fight fan.
Absolutely. So Torrin says, I can see Charles stinging Holloway on the feet. Charles has power and he can crack. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Charles has put down some really, really good fighters. He's electric. He's exciting. I feel like he's going to have the power, obviously. Holloway's going to have the precision and the volume. And it's going to really come down to I think Charles is going to land less shots, right? So can he do enough damage with the shots that he lands to offset that if it goes to decision? Or can he either knock Max down, which again, we've said we've only seen twice in the history of Max's career, which spans over 10 years, or can he submit him? Which, we've never seen happen. So it's a tall task, but it's a really good fight on paper. I'm super excited for it. I don't remember Max ever being held down and controlled on the ground either. Yeah. I mean, he's not somebody that gets taken down all that often. He's kind of like Izzy in that sense where, we know he's got good grappling, but he doesn't really have to use it. It's probably not elite, but it's the wrestling defense. And then honestly for Max, even more so than the wrestling defense, the durability is just, I mean, prevents him from going to the ground because he doesn't get knocked down.
True. One thing about that card, T-City Ortega just pulled out of his fight, Renato Moicano. So I wonder what they're going to do, because it was the main event and then that fight and then RDR Caio Bahalio, great fight. But I wonder what they're going to do to push that one back, into being a legit main card.
I think they'll add something else. They've got enough time. I think they will add something else. All right, so guys, if you want to lock in with us, Chris, do we have the timestamps for? Okay, so we're going to try. Last week, we got a couple of requests to, put the time clock for each round. So we have it set up tonight. We're going to try our best to make it work. You can see where we are and then lock in with where we are. So right now we're seeing Jamie Malarkey walk out. Who do you guys have in this one? Chris, can you put a poll in the chat? And okay, let me see. Let me see if I can do it. I don't think I can do it on my phone. Oh, Dylan said, I heard Ribovics was offered to step in versus Moicano. I didn't know that. That's cool. That would be a great fight.
Ribovics is the man.
Yeah,
for sure. I remember I have got to meet him, over
no
that,
kidding.
293, John Jones, Cyril Gahn.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. He was there cutting weight and on the same schedule with us at the UFC PI. So,
nice guy.
And he went to war, and every time he's gotten in the octagon.
Who did he fight on that card? I don't remember.
I can't even remember either. Because he's been pretty active and he's just been going to war with everybody.
Yeah.
But all I remember is he is always showing up in his UFC fights.
Yeah.
So if he wants to get his name, he's been like one of those guys that, like, even though he's been on prelims, maybe a lot of people don't know his opposition or don't know who he's fighting because he hasn't really cracked into the big names or the high ranks yet. But if he's able to jump in on relatively short notice and get on one of these cards against like somebody who got to fight for a title not that long ago, Moicano. Now you're talking about moving into a different realm of fighters, and now I mean, that'd be great for his career.
No, that'd be a big win for Ribovic. Speaking of that time you went to Vegas, you saw Shavkat, right?
Yeah.
Enormous,
he was on the same.
yeah.
He was huge, and he was sort of on the same schedule as us too at the PI. So super tall. I actually just saw in the news today on somebody posted it that he's already had another knee injury with the same knee, and already had another surgery,
and likely out till early 2027.
Yeah, so I mean, that sucks. Speaking of Shavkat, because I did, he was that guy, and I saw somebody commented Dominic Cruz 2.0, and I was. It just made me go, no, please don't let
that be the career of Shavkat Rakhmonov. I mean, that happens sometimes, right? These are prime years for Shavkat.
Right.
In what is the probably best or one of the top 2 or 3 eras of 170.
Oh, yeah. 170 is just fired up right now.
Yeah. And
look right there.
Who's that?
Jack Della.
Oh, Jack Della. Yeah. Front row. Yeah. It's just a shame that, that Shavkat is just so injury prone, and it seems to be that one knee. It's like the Achilles heel for him. It's the Achilles knee.
Tell me about it.
It's just one of those things where,
and I do remember who he was fighting on that.
Jeff Neal.
That was because
I remember that one. Yeah,
Jeff Neal ended up missing weight on that one and still got a bonus because their fight was so.
That's
good.
Right. Yeah,
that was
that, and Jeff looked good in that fight. I mean, that standing rear naked choke that Shavkat landed. That was just Shavkat just willed his way to a finish there because that fight was close.
Yeah,
I mean, if it had gone to scorecards, who knows?
Right,
but. Let's hope the judging this week is a little bit better than last week. I mean, Rose definitely got screwed last week.
Yeah.
The 30-27 for, I mean, you and I, we talked about this, and I think we had a difference of opinion. I took John Silva to win. I thought he won the fight, but the 30-27 scorecard was absurd.
Right.
Arnold Allen won that first round.
Right.
Very clearly. So, there was some weird scorecards last week. Let me hop in here real quick.
All right, they're showing the tail of the tape.
Dylan says Malarkey has fought some straight up killers. Yeah, no, he's
18-8. Yeah, he's been in the UFC a while.
He's a
tough dude. And Quillen, I mean, 10-1.
Quillian Saul killed. Like, names are not our forte. We try our
Yeah.
best. We really do, but yeah.
It could be totally normal in Australia. That's, it sounds very Australian.
Saul killed is a cool last name.
Yeah.
All right, so they're announcing these guys. Yeah, and I think, minus 1,200 favorite. This very much feels like, hey, we're trying to put the spotlight on a guy we think is going to make some waves.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because I think sometimes that affects the fighters.
Yeah.
Think about like Bo Nickel. Sometimes he was coming in as like such a high favorite. That can change you as a fighter,
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody who was always the underdog and then just continues to.
Well, like Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until he was saying this in the build up to last weekend's fights, but he said, I've been the underdog for like 80% of my fights. And I was like, you know what? He was. And he's
the Central Coast.
Yeah. Central Coast must be like
in the
down
middle
on the bottom or up on the top in the middle.
Not north or south though.
Central. I didn't think anybody lived there, to be honest with you. I always thought that Australia was, you
lived on one of the coasts.
You either lived in Perth or you lived on
the other cities,
East Coast,
Sydney, Brisbane, those ones. Yeah.
Interesting. Apparently there's a Central Coast as well. Well, we're the third coast here in Houston. So
yeah, true.
That's maybe we're basically the Central Coast if you think about it.
Yeah.
So so Quaylen is actually from the other side of.
Okay.
The island? Can you call it an island? It's a continent. He's from the other side of the continent.
Yeah, it's a continent country. So,
all right. Who do you guys have in this one? See here. Drop your prediction in the comments here, or in the chat.
How many shoeys do you guys think have been done already in the arena tonight?
The bigger question is Tai Tuivasa going to be doing a shoey tonight, or is he going to be?
I guess
potentially getting his walk-in papers. All right, guys. So we are round one. Do we get the clock up?
55, 454, 53. We are on. Quillian Saul killed versus Jamie Malarkey.
Both guys out of the orthodox stance. Saul killed's thrown a couple inside leg kicks. Nothing crazy yet. He's inside leg kick again.
Beautiful.
Interesting. Jab straight to the takedown for Saul killed. Really nice.
Jamie probably assumed he wanted to stand and strike a little bit. That's why he wasn't really paying attention for that.
I like to see a little bit of a difference in style and skill set for Saul killed.
Yeah. Oh,
beautiful
nice
elbow in the break there by Saul killed.
This is a great example of, when you mix the martial arts, everything else opens up for each other.
Yeah.
If you start using the wrestling, now all of a sudden he's not thinking about guarding his face, and then there's that great elbow he just got inside the close range.
Well, the two perfect examples I can think about for that are the opposites of each other. Is look how often Rafael Fiziev can hit a takedown, right? Because everybody is very concerned about how good of a striker he is, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Malarkey with a nice takedown there, but Saul killed reverses. Some good scrambles so far.
Wrestling up. Don't stand there though. Yeah.
And then the other is the times that Khabib knocked people down, right? Because everybody was so concerned about his grappling that he got the knockdowns, namely against Conor, his most famous one. And so, when you're really good at something, it actually opens up opportunities in other avenues for you.
Right.
So both guys have had some success in the grappling. Saul killed landed a nice elbow on the break.
Yeah, it looks like he had a bit of a burst of energy, and now he's looking to conserve a little bit of energy, time some takedowns. But you always wonder when you're kind of newer into the UFC, and you think you smell blood in the water. You land some great shots. Do you zap your energy going for that first round kill?
Yeah,
and Malarkey's a tough vet, so he's going to figure out how to get safe, close some distance, gain himself back, and then that's when you don't want to get tired.
Malarkey is one of those guys that if you're really who we think you are, you'll finish him. But if you're not, he'll expose the shit out of you. This is that type of test for Saul killed.
Yeah.
Let's see. How's that clock working? Perfect.
Oh, nice toss. Beautiful toss.
Saul killed looking to take the back again. Oop, Saul killed working a rear naked choke here. Got to get the elbow angle a little bit.
But he doesn't really need the other hook if he can get this from here.
He's got almost like a face crank here.
He's going to try to crank his face.
And Malarkey taps.
Yeah.
Just under 1 minute and 59 seconds left in the first round. Interesting.
Wow.
So Quaylen Sawkild showing us a different skill set.
Wow.
Now in 2026, is he going to become a submission ace this year?
It looked like he was sort of just waiting to get that done. As soon as he did get that takedown, he looked over at the crowd. I can't tell who he was looking at, maybe DC, and stuck his tongue out and then decided, all right, now I'm going to show you. I'm going to take his back and get this thing over with.
Yeah.
Wow.
Impressive win.
Very impressive.
You know, for a guy that had electric knockouts last year, to see this new wrinkle in his game. What's he, 26? I think he's 26.
He said 26, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
4-0 in the UFC. Yeah, 4-0 with 3 finishes. That's what the UFC wants.
155, right?
Yes.
Patty the Batty. That not yet, but soon.
Yeah, that could be a nightmare matchup for Patty. Actually.
Not yet, but soon. Those guys are about 1 fight each away from each other. If he can get on a 5-fight winning streak. Oh yeah, well, or next card.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
and say it like this: I only fight on numbered cards. I'm going from 325 to 326, and I want to take T City spot. Bang, signed, sealed, delivered.
Back here. All right, guys. And just so you know, we are live on YouTube, X, Kick, and Facebook, right, Chris? So, yeah, I'm just checking. We got 42 people all together. Looks like we got 27 on Twitter.
Let's go.
We've got, let's see here.
What did y'all think about that fight?
We've got
Malarkey looked like he was a little bit outclassed, but durable and willing to hang in there. But Quillian is obviously doing a lot of things right.
You know, in the YouTube video when we were talking about that fight, you said Quailian, and somebody said, is he China's newest sensation? I don't know if you saw that comment, but
no, I didn't see it. Quailian.
So, yeah, that throw was crazy. Yeah, Dylan, that was wild. That guy's got a really deep skill set. Yeah. Okay, so Buff announcing Sawkild here as the winner. So Quaylen Sawkild is the way Buffer said it. So I guess that's what I'll go with. Quaylen Sawkild.
If you really want to know, you listen to how John Anik says.
John Anik says it beautifully. Yeah,
he says all names right.
So DC talking about the expectation of a submission.
Let's see what he's saying. Okay.
Okay, so talking about how you prepare for everything, but sometimes it ends up being nice and simple in the first round. That throw was incredible.
Yeah.
And he's
very high level jiu-jitsu right here.
Obviously very strong too to face crank somebody like, I mean, that was not a choke. That was a face crank.
Yeah.
You know?
It looked like it's super intentional too. Not like he was like, oh man, I'll take the face crank. Like, no, I'm going to face crank him.
Yeah. But you know, the important thing to note there is like, that's a tap from pain.
Oh yeah.
Not because you're going to sleep. So obviously he's very strong in the grappling positions.
Oh yeah.
They said rear naked choke on the TV, but that was actually a face crank.
Yeah. Great submission.
So interesting. Sawkild said people forget grappling is actually my strong suit.
Wow.
So if that's his strong suit and he's knocking people,
and he's already
into the next realm as well.
Well, he's also, got some of the craziest striking in as one of the prospects in the lightweight division. So here we go. Active win streaks in the division right now.
He doesn't care who he's fighting next, he said, but he's ready to get back in there. Took absolutely no damage, so he's could turn it around anytime.
Those blokes like him.
Joey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us again in the live.
What's up?
We got 16 now on YouTube, and we've got 28 on X.
Audio's good and everything.
Yeah. Look, guys, drop us a thumbs up if the audio's good. We're trying to do the as you saw there, the stamps for the time so you can see where we are and everything. I'm just going to check all the different platforms that we're on.
And just so y'all know, they're ushering the fighters out right now. So we'll let you know when the next fighters come back in. But for now, we're just going to kill a little time while the UFC plays some of those new commercials.
Yep.
February 1st. I guess the next Zuffa boxing event is taking place.
No, this is something else. By the way, there's another big fight tonight.
That's Zuffa.
Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez.
Oh yeah. What is that? Ring Magazine's fight?
Yeah, I think it's on DAZN.
Okay, DAZN, yeah, but they were doing some sort of Ring Magazine event, and I think somehow, some way, this event is sort of primarily sponsored or taken care of by Ring. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, they're doing some stuff. I mean, the Ring belt is kind of the belt that everybody wants,
Yeah.
right?
And they've recently got some serious funding, I think.
Yeah,
So-
it makes sense because it's always been the most prestigious. It's seen as like, yeah, there's so many organizations in boxing that you can't keep up with who's the champion. And then, there's a lot of politicking too, right? Like Terrence Crawford, when he put on that masterclass against Canelo, was it the WBC or WBO that he belted he won? I can't remember, but whichever organizing body it was like, you owe us 300 grand from your purse if you want to keep your title. And he's like, for what?
Yeah.
Like everybody saw what happened. So the Ring belt has been kind of the most, prestigious of the belts, because if you can get that, that's who the general consensus public believes that you're the best boxer in the world. And so when you've got 4 major, was it 4 or 5 organizations now that have world titles?
Yeah.
And now Zuffa is going to have a world title. Who knows how much stock people will put into that. But
it depends on who he gets,
And it depends on if the Ring belt makes its way to Zuffa, which Dana said he's not opposed to. So that's that's an interesting thing as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
thanks for the thumbs up there, Joey, by the way. I'm glad that you guys can all hear everything.
They're giving us a little footage of cooking with Volk.
And Dylan says, as much as I'm rooting for Roofy, I think Fiziev will get him. Roofy could have made improvements training with Volk, though. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a factor, right?
We thought the same thing.
Yeah, but
we talked about that.
How long was he down there in Australia, though?
I think they said about a month.
Yeah, a month with Volk is enough time to affect change. I was thinking it was just like he was there for fight week, and I was like, in that case, I won't put too much stock in it. But if he was down there for a month training with Volk's camp, that is worth noting.
Yeah. And people that are that athletic and that high of level, they can actually, if and I'm not saying this happens, but if a world champion shows you something and it just so happens to be one of those techniques that really resonates with you, you can go use it, even if it's in a high level fight.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks later, as long as you've got it down and you've drilled it enough. Roofy's athletic enough to do that.
Yeah.
So, I don't think, Volkanovski gave him any sort of special technique, but there are certain takedowns or things like that you can learn. And then somebody like him can learn it on a fast track and go ahead and use it. So it'll be interesting to see if he does change anything in his game plan.
Shout out to this guy on X. I can't remember his name, but he retweeted, or not retweeted, but he responded to something that we put out. It was our video on Roofy and Fiziev, and he said, I just put like $1,000 on Roofy by submission because I watched a clip of him doing a leg scissor takedown, and then showed me the clip, like put it in the response.
Yeah.
And I watched it. It's like, yeah, he's doing it to Craig Jones, but it's drilling,
right?
Like they're drilling the move. And I responded, I was like, I would really like to see like him actually hit that a few times in a live sparring round.
Yeah.
Before I, rolled the dice on $1,000. But hey, you know what? Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, he hit that on Jamie Malarkey. So maybe, but I don't think he's doing that to Fiziev.
They kind of gave it because it's been hit before, but he kind of, being in the era of like clips, he's for sure the one that gets the credit for it. So
yeah.
I think he tried to show it to like Nina Drama after his fight and everything.
So what is you guys pick for Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez? To be honest with you, I don't know, Nick. Nick's the boxer, right? Nick's the one with the pro boxing record. So you know more about this than I do.
I'm excited for that one because a lot of people, Teofimo is one of those guys that if he's mentally right, he's hard for anybody to beat.
Yeah.
And like when he believes in himself and he's like mentally, because he's got all sorts of stuff that can
his dad's a wild card. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think whenever he's able to like take care of his camp and really like, be in control, he is at his best. And I've heard Shakur Stevens, nothing but a high level technician. And obviously he's one of the best fighters in the world. But Teofimo's, and he's so athletic that if this fight takes a turn and goes into different rhythms, more blitzy rhythms, I favor Teofimo. But if Shakur can keep it at a standard boxing pace, staying behind the jab and making Teofimo stay behind the jab, I think Shakur will win. But again, Teofimo being that guy that's so electric and he can switch. A lot of boxers don't switch stances. You didn't see a whole lot of stance switching out of the guys that did really good in boxing. Occasionally, you'd see it. Some of the
like
Cuban
a Terrence
style,
Crawford, for example.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford, very rare. But some of the guys like the Cuban styles or the Russian styles, they'll switch stances a little bit. But for the most part, they don't do that. So Teofimo being the kind of guy that can switch stances and move around and hit some angles, he could disrupt the timing of Shakur, and that's how I could see him taking over the fight.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. If Teofimo can bring the pressure, because Shakur will be perfectly fine to stay behind a jab. He's faster, he's more accurate, and he's probably cleaner. He's not nearly as powerful. So I think what's going to happen is if he can stay behind a jab all night and play the outside, he will. If Teofimo can find a way to bring the fight to him, then it could be a different story. Yeah. It's like, obviously Shakur is nowhere near the power puncher that Deontay Wilder is. But when you think about when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder, everybody always went back against Deontay because they were scared to get knocked out.
Right.
And Tyson Fury goes, I don't think he can fight going back. I'm going to go right at him and take this fight over. I'm going to cut off the ring and I'm going to, beat him up.
Right.
And we saw how effective that was. So I think to some degree, if Teofimo can close the distance, he can have the power advantage on the inside. Mm-hmm. He's obviously stronger, a little bit more physically imposing.
Right.
But that being said, I feel like Shakur is just going to be able to stick and move. I think that's what he's going to be able to do. And I hate to say it, but I don't know that it's going to be the most exciting fight in the world.
No.
If it's the fight that you are describing, it will be. But I think Shakur is good enough to evade and jab, to be honest with you.
Teofimo's the kind of guy that will, he'll take what you give him. His fight with Lomachenko, right?
Yeah.
He beat Lomachenko. And I'm remembering this correct. He won the first 6 rounds because Lomachenko wasn't really doing anything.
And then Loma came back.
And won almost the last 6, but Teofimo won one more. That he made sure he won one of those last 6.
Yeah, it was a very exciting fight.
And so if you come out slow, Teofimo will steal rounds. And if that's the case, then you can't fight behind your jab.
Right.
And that's the beauty of the athleticism that Teo brings into the cage. Or into the ring. I'm sorry. We're watching.
We're watching UFC talking about boxing, but
and that fight might be boring, but I don't think this one will be.
Nobody's staying behind a jab on this one.
Talazin Teixeira.
Look at how big that guy is.
Yeah, he's tall, man.
26 years old.
I heard that they used to say Stefan Struve was 6'7", 6'7", but he was actually 6'9", and they just shortened him because it was harder for him to get matchups.
And Tai Tuivasa knocked him out.
6'9". Yeah,
Johnny said Zuffa going to take over ring. Maybe. Who knows? It seems like the Dana White and the UFC wouldn't do what they're doing with Zuffa boxing, especially since they've been talking about it for so long, if they didn't have something up their sleeve that was more than that first card that they put on for us. They've got bigger things in mind than that. Torrin Brown, this card just isn't doing it for me. I'm just not excited like I was last week. Yeah, I hear you. I think a lot of people were really looking forward. That main event delivered, let's be honest. The rest of the card was kind of the prelims were awesome.
Prelims were great. And then the
mid-card snooze fest.
Yeah.
Very event was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one, but this one could wind up being very entertaining.
It very well. That first fight was great. That was Sawkill showed us just how good
Dan
he is.
Hooker's never been in a boring fight. But we also, sometimes when there's not as much on the line, you end up going, well, what am I doing to watch this? It doesn't make me feel quite the same as a Paddy the Baddy or something that really means something. Who I'm excited to see come back is Armin. Armin is doing crazy numbers on social media. He's hitting all these different markets and somehow just building fans in all of them. Dude, he's going all over to these different streamers.
He's doing it right. Armin's figured out how to win back the fans because, to be honest, I was getting kind of I always liked Armin's style, but I was getting kind of tired of, some of the stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
He's completely 180'd it for me. I'm
Well,
a big fan.
He's officially going as like Batman now. He's just like, no, I'm just like super rich. I just do cool stuff all the time. And I can't wait to see him come back. I don't want him to go to 145 though, because if he goes to 145, then we probably don't see him fight Ilya.
See him being full.
See him just destroy people. Yeah.
Real quick before we get started, somebody asked if you have an update on Derek's leg. What happened?
Oh yeah. We were supposed to give an update on that.
Yeah. So Coach Bob, Crew Bob, wants to come onto the show next week.
Let's do
Wednesday.
it. Yeah.
And as long as that works out with everybody's
Like
schedule.
this coming Wednesday?
Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about UFC Houston. We got a few people fighting on it and everything. So and then you can get more about it from him. But I will say, it was his back.
His back.
Not his leg, but his back. Yeah.
Okay. Derek kind of always had a bad back.
Yeah. There's been
I
a
remember
lot of injuries to the back.
Back in the day when he was coming into the gym, he was the first person I ever saw bring that So Right. You remember that thing that he was sponsored by them.
Yeah.
Because he's always had back issues.
Those things hurt, man.
They do. That's pain, but you feel good afterwards. That's
you lay
for sure.
on that thing wrong.
Who asked that question, Chris? So I'm trying to switch from stream to stream. I don't mean to just seem like I'm looking at my phone, but I forgot my computer tonight in the midst of all my.
Yeah, so Raj, thanks for asking. It's his back apparently. I haven't spoken to Derek personally, but something went wrong in his back.
So yes, this is news to me actually too. We're interviewing Crew Bob on Wednesday, so that should
I thought
be good.
I told you guys. I guess it slipped my mind.
Yeah, okay. Let's.
Wednesday was my birthday. That's why.
And then today was my son's birthday party,
Yeah.
so it's been kind of a hectic week. But look
All
at
right.
Ty, man. He
Tai Tuivasa is in the octagon.
came in at the trim heavyweight limit of 266.
Did y'all see too? The entire embedded series, he was cutting weight, like serious cutting weight.
It's always so funny when you see a heavyweight like struggling,
wearing a
It's like,
sauna suit
dude.
in every single thing that they film him in. He's just like, yeah, we're going to the,
I mean, to be honest, like, does it really matter? Right? Like,
I think they should. What they
does
should
him
do.
and Tallison need to make 265 to?
No, but what they need to do is just make a division 225, 265, and then anything above that should be able to go.
So you would do 225, 265. Why not just do 225 and then everything above 225?
Yeah, that works. Or you can have one more cut off at like 275.
Drop it in the chat, guys. Let me know who you're taking in this one. You taking Tui or?
And he hit
or
the
Teixeira?
limit. You see that? He got every bit of that 265.
Oh yeah,
He wasn't cutting a pound more.
26. Yeah, I think he was like 265.7. Like he
somebody said
barely made it.
Somebody said he cut from 330. Now he didn't do that in the short span of a fight camp, but if he got up to 330, that's crazy.
And that makes you wonder how much he's been training in the year and a half since he's been off.
Obviously, a lot. If he's been able to burn off 100 pounds.
But I mean, like just the sheer fact that he got up to 330.
Yeah.
How much
the
time
year
did he
before
really
that
take off?
The year before that could have been rough. Or maybe he just lives around 300 and he gained an easy 30 pounds.
Yeah. So I picked Tai Tuivasa in this one. It was my my biggest, I guess, underdog prediction on the main card. The common opponent here, we're just talking about Derek. Derek's the common opponent. Tai, kind of took advantage and dealt with Derek from start to finish, and Derek made very quick work of Teixeira. I think Teixeira is a little hands low, chin high, a little wild.
Yeah.
Even going back to his Contender Series fight, I forget the name of the guy he was fighting on Contender Series, but I mean, there was very, I hate to use the word low level, but some of the striking that guy was doing was not high level. Let's just put it that way. And it was still landing on Teixeira. So, I mean, I think Bam Bam's the cleaner striker. I think Bam Bam has more tools top to bottom when you think about leg kicks, body kicks, clinch work, stuff like that. Durability is a question. He's on a 5-fight losing streak. I mean, to be honest, if he weren't such a fan favorite fighter, he may have already been cut, right? People on 5-fight losing streaks typically don't have contracts.
But he would not be. But he would not be out of work, because dude, bare knuckle You go to bare
It's-
knuckle. Okay, this is going to be a first rounder.
Yeah, somebody's going out in the
Uh-oh.
first round. Teixeira with an immediate single leg.
Quick takedown of Bam Bam. Come on, don't do that.
I really hope this doesn't just turn into a submission of Bam Bam.
We're getting to see more and more of Ty's tattoos.
Yeah,
His legs are exposed.
Those shorts are creeping up
Dude,
that leg.
You know those tattoos hurt so bad to get. Just
Oh, for
all
sure.
over your legs.
So Teixeira here, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first round. Very much in control, sort of in a half guard position. Ty is trying to build a base and get back to his feet here. Looks like he's having some success. Teixeira's trying to readjust and get him back down. A few shots thrown on the ground by Taliesin, but nothing of major significance.
God, this is the longest fight of his career so far in the UFC out of 3 fights.
Teixeira's
At 36 seconds.
and we're not even a minute in.
Yeah, at 36 seconds in. Wow, that's crazy.
But
If you've lost, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have to remember one of those was a pretty brutal loss. You know, this tells me a lot about like looking at Teixeira's game plan here. He does, you know, what happened with Derek. He doesn't want to strike with Ty. You know, he doesn't want to get knocked out again. So he sees an advantage in the grappling. He clearly has it. He's working full mount now. Beautiful outside leg trip.
Yeah, but if Ty plays some smart defense, he'll be able to be able to get up. I think Teixeira is going to be using a lot of energy to continue taking Ty down like this.
Yeah, but Ty's using a lot too, you know, getting back up.
But right now he's kind of you see how he's finding his places to breathe.
Yeah.
Taliesin is actively trying to attack and especially with the takedowns and stuff. When you go to move a guy who's just rehydrated from 265.
I wonder how much they both weighed tonight.
Yeah. I mean, what
Taliesin was 6
bit,
pounds under the weight limit, so he's probably roughly the same. But Ty could be in the 280s, you know,
for sure in the 280s if he cut. Yeah, yeah.
So okay, so still, I mean, what would you even call this position? It's like a half guard position as far as the legs are concerned, but Taliesin's working towards the back.
Yeah, he sort of got like a Dagestani hand. Well, that's what he was going for with the Dagestani hand.
Yeah, he's got it now.
Now he's got it. But at first,
he's landing some nice elbows.
He just got control of the top leg. He's kind of pinned his hips down, and not very effective ground and pound. But I mean, Ty Tuivasa builds a pretty sturdy base.
Yeah,
that's what you're seeing here. I mean, he's low down. He's even with a 2-on-1 Dagestani handcuff, he just yanked it and couldn't move Ty's hand. So
working that choke as well. Wouldn't it be crazy to see 2 submissions in a row, first 2 fights of the main card? Yeah. Taliesin works a really good elbow.
Yeah, not a whole lot of power on it, but it's sneaky.
Yeah, it's sneaky. It slides in there.
And that can wind up.
But if it cuts you open, you know, it can be beneficial.
That's the thing too. Elbows are actually better if you can be surgical and a little bit slower with them.
Yeah.
You know, when sometimes you'll see somebody or throw the nicest spinning elbow, but it's the tricep that hits the person in the head, and you're like, oh,
that probably hurt the tricep worse than it hurt the head.
Right. But if it was just a little bit slower or a little bit something else, if you could have just placed that elbow a little bit better.
These are some bigger shots here.
Yeah.
So definitely,
I kind of wish we could see Ty do what he does best. You know.
Yeah, and bottom position grappling is not it, but
again, he's got 50 seconds to work basically.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Ooh, back up. Ty ate a knee on the way up there.
That was a tricky knee.
Taliesin looking to grapple immediately again.
Ty's angry now.
All right.
Ty get in there.
See, Ty needs to be a little bit. Ooh, nice elbow by Ty there.
Going to get dirty inside.
We know that Taliesin wants to take him down. So Ty, I think, needs to be a little bit more technical and methodical about how he enters in on Taliesin, because if he gets close enough, Talison's going to use that outside and inside leg trip again.
I think he should take a step back, disengage, and start using some feints and force Taliesin to do what he was just doing, which is, change levels and sell out for the takedown. Because then you can hit him as he's coming in.
Yeah,
you can predict when he's going to do it and be ready with a shot up the middle.
There we go. Okay, first round's over.
Dude is so tall.
Oh,
All right, round for
Dylan said
Towson.
happy B-Day to you.
Thank
Nick.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm rooting for Ty. I think he can do it. Yeah, Joey, that first round wasn't great, but let's hope that this next round has a lot more stand up.
Yeah. I think it will. Ty will be a little bit more aware of the game plan from Teixeira.
All right.
Is that Landman?
Yeah, that is Landman.
There's Landman.
Good show. You don't watch any of those shows, do you?
Not yet, but one of these days I'll get there. I'm too busy watching Baggage at night.
That's Jerry Springer.
Show.
How about that's a throwback?
I've been watching the Beast games. Mr. Beast games.
I watched the first season of that. I didn't see
the first season was awesome. The second season has been really good, but in my opinion, it's not as good as the first season because it's just
Johnny. I'll get a good question. I'll get to that as soon as this round's over. All right, we're just starting the second round here. Let's hope Ty can be a little bit more intelligent with how he strikes to prevent those takedowns.
Yeah, keep his range. Keep his range.
Work those leg kicks. Ty's got a good body kick too. I'd like to see him go to that, especially on the taller opponent.
Teixeira's throwing a lot of kicks. You can time those and get a takedown. That is something you could really use in the second round after being held down for the first.
And it'll be interesting to see how Teixeira does in the later parts of the fight if this goes much longer, because as you said, he's his longest fight prior to this was 36 seconds.
Yeah.
In the UFC, that is.
Yeah. Teixeira's pretty good with those knees.
Ooh, nice spinning elbow attack there by Teixeira. Man, he is so tall.
Yeah. Anytime Ty, leans down a little bit, rolls his head like in boxing, Teixeira is just throwing a knee up, and it is getting super close.
Very nice body kick by Tallison there.
Yeah, his striking's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it certainly has improved. He's definitely looking a little bit more defensively sound than he did in the Derek Lewis fight. I think
he's not so sturdy.
Yeah, he is kind of getting moved a lot. But he's just one of those guys that's so tall that it's like a Stefan Struve. How tall was Stefan?
They said he was 6'7" on the tail of the tape, but I heard he was 6'9", and it was just hard for him to get fights, so they shaved a couple inches
and added those inches to Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, gave him an honest 5'3".
Ooh, good overhand there by Ty, but then answered with a good head kick by Tallison. But like you said, there's not a whole lot on these strikes by Tallison because his base is not really there.
Nice, just eating some shots.
See, I don't like that strategy by Ty, just to eat shots, because it's cool, like you showed that you can take it, but you were standing right there for the takedown, and now you're on bottom position again.
Yeah.
Now your opponent's got 3 minutes to work.
And just landed a 5-piece. Yeah. Start to build the base. Yeah. Keep your grip. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Sprawl on him.
Ty working the sprawl
Ty's getting
position.
Back up. He's trying to go with that Justin Gaethje ground and pound.
Ty flattened out again, sort of in the half guard position. Ty's corner telling him desperately to hip out. Yep, there you go. But see, that's the problem when sometimes when you try to create that space, you end up sacrificing, ending up in full mount, which is exactly what just happened.
Teixeira's playing a smart game. I mean, obviously, you hear the crowd, they're booing, but I mean, he's soundly winning each round.
When you're a super hot prospect and you main event a fight, before you have double-digit wins
or double-digit fights,
and you get knocked out cold quickly, you're and then you're given another opportunity on a numbered card on the main card. Sometimes this is what you do, right? I mean, I hate that sucks to say that, but sometimes this is the fight you fight,
right?
And he sees an advantage. I mean, it certainly didn't slip his mind that the guy that starched him got starched by the guy that he's fighting now. So,
and love this or hate it, it's working. It's effective right now. He's landing big shots from a dominant position, and Ty is forced to sit there and take it.
And it's not stalling. He's advancing position. He's working to get the mount. He's throwing elbows and kicks. He has looked for a submission a couple times. We've got Ty a little bit bloodied up.
riding the wave, going from dominant position to dominant position. I mean, this is a great performance from him. It's just, not what the fans down under were hoping for.
Yeah, and certainly not what Ty was hoping for, especially after a year and a half, and not winning a fight in his last 5.
Conor McGregor needs to give him a call.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes you wonder,
get him on the BKFC.
Like, would it be just the best thing in the world for Ty to get sent free and go to the BKFC and make all the money there? Because that would be, you wouldn't have to deal with this there.
One fight and he's in a title fight, or no fights and he's in a title fight.
Yeah. I don't offhand know who the heavyweight champion of BKFC is, but is it Ben Rothwell?
Yeah. I think he's supposed to fight Yoel Romero pretty soon.
Is that right? For the heavyweight title?
Yeah, I think so.
Yoel's still doing the damn thing at 50 years old.
Sure is. Sure is.
And we honestly don't even know if he's 50.
He could be older.
Yeah, he could be older than that.
All right, round 2 is in the books.
Totally dominant performance for Talison Teixeira so far. Ty is actually exhausted, getting helped up by his coaches in this one. Ty's got to go for broke here.
Yeah.
He's got to come out and get a knockout, and he's got to get it quick, honestly. I think Ty needs a knockout in the next 2 minutes, or it's we're going to see a rinse and repeat takedown and work the position advancement.
Mm-hmm.
And Talison did land some nice strikes there. It was a nice straight and a nice hook.
Beautiful.
You see, that was beautiful, but the discipline there is what I question. That was a beautiful hammer fist to the face on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why the crowd's booing, because I respect Teixeira's I mean, obviously I get it. They want to see these guys slug it out until somebody drops, but I get the strategy here for Talison. This is probably exactly what I would be doing if I was in his shoes.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's 2 up, and one more round, and he can have instead of having the number 15 next to his name, have the number 12.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good exchange.
Okay,
but he might find, even doing that in this round, he might find a finish if he's able to be that dominant. I mean, these rounds aren't all that competitive, unfortunately.
And Ty's exhausted. He, literally 2 of his coaches helped him get to his corner.
What did I say? Decision, Teixeira?
That was your prediction, yeah.
All right, come on. Just last 4.5 minutes.
You picked the heavy favorite, but you picked the unlikely method for a guy that's not been longer than 36 seconds. So I'll give you credit for that.
Yeah, I knew it.
Ooh, nice knee there by Talison.
These guys are just bouncing off
Ty's
each other.
looking for a haymaker, throwing bombs. Talison seems to be
might as well
kind of a step ahead. He's not really getting hit with anything.
But he's tired. You can tell he's tired. Both guys are tired.
But yeah, the good news for Talison, his opponent is equally or more tired. The thing I like from Talison, as I'm seeing, I mean, he's still got some work to do as far as his cleanup and his base when he strikes and stuff like that. But the defensive soundness since the Derek Lewis knockout, he does look more defensively sound
a little bit
this time around.
Yeah. And, he hasn't had to show that much defense because he's been in control of this fight.
Yeah.
So what he has shown has been better. And the game plan is heavy offense, obviously.
I don't understand this strategy for Tuivasa, right? You've got to get a knockout here in the next 3 minutes. You've lost this fight. Every minute of this fight. Why are you holding the clinch position against the cage, especially when you've been? Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, shuck him off and go
in the middle
again.
there. That's what Ty's got to do. He's got to land those. But Ty's got him on a little bit of wobbly legs.
He's rocked him. Uh-oh.
Okay, I may eat my words just as soon as they came out of my mouth. That Ty Tuivasa with a. But see, Ty's allowing himself to get tagged as well.
Talison landed a nice 1-2.
Good inside
big
hook there
shot
by Ty.
Lands. All right, both. Oh God,
Tuivasa.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness,
nothing but overhands.
That's what I say. That close range boxing. I guess maybe he's using these body lock positions to create the distance to throw those short hooks, but no, he doesn't have much time left. He's got to let go of it and let him fly, right?
Yeah, but he's breathing right now. Those shots are taking all the wind he has, and right now he's just gaining up some more. Yeah, it's like a video game.
Shred of cardio, does he?
Yeah, no. When you play a video game, if it goes all the way down, your health, You got to wait a few seconds before any of it comes back. That's what they're both doing that right now.
His power size
your
is
power
like a 9
meter.
and a 10. His stamina is like a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got 2 minutes. We got 120 seconds to get this done, or Tallison's going to
Oh, liver kick.
That's just rude.
That was yeah.
All right.
I'm down to trade blows, but don't do that.
Yeah, I think Tuivasa saved
He's like, we're gonna have to go take another 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you for kicking me in the stomach. Now enjoy this 30-second pause.
That's funny.
Okay, so I think we're gonna see one more burst out of Ty. And if he's like,
surely.
I got one in me. If I get the knockout, great. If I don't, BKFC, here I come.
KFC, then BKFC.
Do they have KFC in Australia?
Probably. I think it's like as popular as McDonald's or something. It's like super popular.
Yeah, it's good too.
KFC is like international.
They were getting me with the adverts on the last numbered card.
Most popular one in the world, Jamaica.
Yeah,
wraparound porches.
Okay, so we got 1 minute left.
1 minute to go. Ty
Tallison looking for a takedown.
Shutting
Ty
it down.
shucked it away.
All right, the Justin Gaethje would work great right here. Just start hitting him in the ear.
The Tai Tuivasa snap down. So we need to see him get up and punch. You know, he's got 42 seconds.
Look at Hunter Campbell. He looks like
Hunter Campbell's like, okay, how about that?
What was that, Jack Nicholas or whatever? Jack Nicholson. Looking like he only landed one significant strike in round 1. That's not great.
Yeah. The dude he's landed 50 strikes all fight and he's exhausted.
You're down 2
You got 20 seconds, bro. You got to do something.
Yeah, we got to go.
Throw some big shots. There you go. Tallison is just perfectly fine to ride this out for 10 seconds. You got to do something. 10 seconds, Ty.
Time's running out. Come on, you got to find the target.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's it. He didn't have it in him.
Oh,
just too exhausted. Good call, Nick. Tallison Teixeira by decision.
Yeah, I think I might have said, I don't know if I said 2 rounds to 1, but either way.
First KFC, then BKFC. Somebody liked your comment there,
Joey.
Go.
Let's go.
So Johnny, that was right. I knew there was
They're
a question.
They're both in the same corner. They didn't even get up. Neither of them.
Like neither one of us. Yeah, just get Bruce Buffer to announce the winner. We'll both sit here together.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Patchy Mix being released? Yeah, I mean, he didn't look great, right? I mean, his UFC fights were not good.
He's in Ryzen now.
Yeah, I had higher hopes for him.
Yeah, Ryzen, right? Yeah.
I like to see guys get 3 chances. I like to see 3 fights. You know what? He had 2, right? I'm not missing one.
He was in a 3-round fight, and he just kept getting pieced up. So those were his 3 turns.
I'd like to see him have gotten 1 more before the release, but it's just the Bellator disaster continues.
Yeah, I mean, well, they don't get any easy welcomings into the UFC.
No.
And then they usually get an easier fight off a loss, and it usually doesn't go their way. So
Patricio Pitbull has not looked great.
No.
You know, Patchy Mix was probably the worst among them. Aaron Pico, I mean, Lerone Murphy may come out and show us that he's that guy.
Yeah.
Right. I
see he just called out Mavsar
for London. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do still have high hopes for Aaron Pico. I feel like his career was mismanaged to the highest of levels.
For sure.
But
those KOs are just not something. Like Patty isn't going to have the chin he had before that Justin Gaethje fight. Aaron Pico's had many of those.
And he's such a young man still.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting brutally knocked out as a teenager, which is just like shouldn't ever happen.
Right. All right.
Here's
all 3 judges score this one 29-28, clear winner by decision.
Tallison Teixeira.
Oh, he almost raised Ty's hand.
All right, so Tallison Teixeira, the winner now with DC. Look how much taller he is than DC.
Oh my God, that's crazy. And DC's in shoes.
DC asking him how it felt to go to decision. Good to see a translator with some cauliflower ear, you know?
Yeah.
Man that knows the sport. saying he loves Australia. He's happy
Yeah.
to fight here.
Big win for him.
Yeah, this is huge. When you're a big prospect and you get knocked out quick in your first ever main event, you have to bounce back with a win.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at his strategy here at all.
No. I wonder who he'll fight next. I don't really know.
Drop a comment in the chat, guys. Who should tell? I mean, he's probably going to be number 12 now. He's probably going to take Ty's spots, 12, 13, 11, something like that.
They should bring back
Who should he fight?
Oh, Robelis Despagne.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah. See who's taller.
But I feel like what he did with Ty grappling, is a clear indication he could probably do that to Robelis, but he might get served on the way in. But
I love when DC denies them another shot at the microphone.
And
then they're like, come on.
Or wife's got to be at least 6'1".
Yeah, they're going to have
talk about Pereira's kids being big. Like, what about this fella's?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. Good on him. Good on you, Taliesin.
Yeah, great win. Good
for the division. Good for Teixeira. Good for the division, honestly. Yeah, I agree, Joey. And to be honest, I think Bam Bam's going to head straight on to BKFC and make a fortune over there.
Can I get a water? Thank you. Oh, there's Carlos Prates. Let's go. Jack Della Maddalena. Oh, you know why they just showed those two guys?
Are they fighting each other?
They're going to be fighting each other. They just showed. Thank you. They just showed Carlos Prates and Jack Della Maddalena one after the next. Those two are going to fight for sure.
All right, guys. So far, interesting, right? I mean, I think a lot of people were picking Saul killed, and I think most people were picking Teixeira.
Yeah.
I did, and I went Bam Bam. But I don't think many people were picking Saul killed by submission and Teixeira by decision.
No.
So, most people probably got the fighter right, not so much on the method.
Yeah, so some people's maybe their parlays aren't messed up, but their props. Some of those props probably paid
definitely messed up, yeah.
Uh-oh, they're cutting a promo for BMF 326. They should do some pretty cool promo for this, the Paramount thing. It's pretty awesome. Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway. I saw Charles was practicing, the point down and trade from Max Holloway. So, he's added another tattoo to his torso, another face.
Yeah. His whole front side is just going to be murals.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So let me see here. Siraj asked, what do you guys think is going to happen to Shavkat? That is a really good question. Nick and I were just talking about, how people are calling him Dominic Cruz 2.0. And I sincerely hope that does not end up being the career of Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Me too.
But, I mean, we have to be honest that he is squarely in his prime right now, burning daylight.
Yeah.
In a division that's super hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to, not only do you have to win at 170 right now, you have to be marketable. You have to win emphatically.
And then you got to get in line. Which
Shavkat is all those things. He is marketable. He wins every fight by damn near every fight by finish.
Yeah.
Almost a perfect balance of knockouts and submissions. I mean, Ian Gary literally brags about his fight with Shavkat. So much so that you would think that he won the fight, but it's literally just like, I didn't get finished.
Yeah.
You see that fight with Shavkat?
You've seen that one, right?
Dude, you do know you lost that fight, right? But, that just speaks to how good Shavkat is.
But in that division, you need
back.
activity. And if he just had another knee surgery, and he's not going to be good till the end of this year, maybe next year.
How old is he, 32?
Maybe. Yeah, something like that.
So if they're saying, not till 2027, late 26, early 27, he's looking at 33. He's getting towards that mid 30s.
But he's not taking any damage right now.
Yeah.
He could really be healing up.
Who will look at that? Significant strikes from Max Holloway. 3,655 significant strikes landed.
Which is crazy because Max has one less win in the UFC than Oliveira, and Oliveira only has 900 significant.
But he's got the most submissions in UFC history. So, that's
the Bronx.
Okay, so they do have a TBD versus TBD as the co-main for that. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to figure out how they could.
Rob Font and Rosas Jr. That's interesting matchmaking, isn't it? I don't know if Raul, if Chiwiwi is quite ready for that, is he?
Rob Font hasn't looked great in his last couple. Well, he's just not as durable as he used to be. His boxing's still really good, but he's a little bit one-dimensional for some people that like to really get in there and mix it up and try to grapple. And Rosas Jr. may be in for a bit too much on that one, and also Rob Font's probably looking for a win. So,
yeah,
I mean, obviously you see what the UFC is doing. They're trying to get Rosas into the rankings this way by giving him the number 14 guy. But that might be a tall task for Rosas because Rob Font still is sharp on the feet, and he's in dire need of a win, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Real quick, Rufy, his last name is not Rufy.
Hoofy.
That's an anime character, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his last name is Santos. But we all call him after this anime character. I guess he just likes the anime character.
Mauricio Santos.
Yeah. Like, you see his pants.
They say
Santos?
Santos?
I'm looking at his fights like, wait, why did his pants say Santos?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
even more interesting, somebody posted on, I think it was Instagram, that he and John Silva unfollowed each other on Instagram.
Mm.
So I wonder, and I know he's been in Australia.
Who can keep up with that?
That's somebody with some serious dedication.
Serious time on their hands.
Unless somebody's figured out a way to chat GPT automate that, like, notify me anytime.
That would be crazy.
A UFC fight. I don't even know. I mean, I'm just completely talking out of my what about, AI, but maybe somebody's figured out a way to do that. But I mean, I wonder if that's true. I mean, we know he's been with Volk in his camp for a month, but I just thought that was because of
Australia
logistics, right?
Yeah,
because you had, was there two nerds on the 324 or was it just Silva? Yeah, it was just Silva because Caio Bahalio's got a fight coming up and Carlos Prata.
And I don't remember the Polish guy being on that card. No.
So I feel like, or I thought at least it was just a logistics thing, but perhaps it's not. Perhaps there's more to the story, as they say.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
They were. Okay.
That's what somebody said at least.
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
More drama queens in professional fighting than you would imagine, actually.
Oh, there's
one of those surprising things.
Everything's got its drama.
There's some divas in the UFC.
Yeah, every industry's got its drama, and there's just this is a male-led a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, the girls are like not even as dramatic as the guys in a lot of ways.
There's a couple of them. Chama.
Come on, guys, drop a comment in the chat. Let us know who you're taking in this one. You got Rufy or Aziz?
The Grammys. I can't wait to not watch that. I don't even know who would be winning what.
Quick little breakdown on this one before we get into calling the fight. Mauricio Santos, as Chris just informed me.
And I love how people. I love how people
walking out.
I love how people on the comments will be like, "Dude, his name is not Rufy, it's Hoofy," and I'm like, now I'm gonna be like, "No, his name is pronounced Santos."
Yeah,
you're saying it wrong too.
I know. Yeah.
But it's a character from an anime.
I'll be totally honest. I know less than zero about anime. So if that is an anime character, that was completely lost on me.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't.
His last name.
I wonder why they don't let him put Santos or Rufy on his shirt. They're like, that's where we draw the line. No, you can write it on your name. We'll put it down, but you can't have it on the shirt.
You can call yourself that, but you're not putting it on those shorts.
Oh, there's a guy named Rufy, right? Yeah, he's got Rufy tattooed right here.
Interesting. Yeah, if anybody knows the backstory to that, I would love to know. I have never. I'm not seeing any of the nerds
fighting nerds
at all. Yeah. Yeah, the mustache threw me off there for a second, but that is definitely not Carlos Prates. So, quick breakdown on this. Nick and I both picked Fiziev. Honestly, of all the fights I picked, this is the one I would probably prefer to be wrong on the most. I'd like to see Rufy win. Not that I don't like Fiziev. I just think that Rufy's super exciting, and I think there's massive matchups for him to be made if he can get on a win streak. But Fiziev, we're talking about equals on the feet, but in different styles. You have a wild man who doesn't throw the same volume, but is really precise and got KO power. We have another guy who's, I won't use the word predictable, but he's a traditional Muay Thai striker, but he's as technically sound of a Muay Thai striker as they get. So you have, basically equals on the feet, but with styles that are differing. And the X factor to me is that Rafael Fiziev has been able to develop quite the offensive wrestling game in his UFC career for a guy that was a striker. Namely, we saw him take down Justin Gaethje multiple times in their fight, and he can use that blast double to secure a takedown and secure a round that's close. And he usually will look for it in the last 90 seconds of a round. So I like this one to go to decision. And yeah, I'm going to go Rafael Fiziev. Let me know in the comments who you guys are taking.
It said he's from Kazakhstan, but I thought he was from Azerbaijan.
That's what John Anik just said, Azerbaijan.
Yeah, but the things, yeah.
Kazakhstan's like an anime.
Kazakhstan's an anime, yeah.
Dylan, yes, I do think Fiziev will mix in the takedowns. I think he's going to actually need to win this fight. It's going to be equal on the feet. I think if he gets hurt at all, he's going for a takedown. Arman versus Holloway would be a crazy stylistic matchup. Yeah. I mean, it's like we don't see Max get taken down and grappled all that often. And certainly conventional wisdom would tell you that that's exactly what Arman would need to do if he wanted to win that fight. So,
yeah. Arman's good, man. Arman's good everywhere. I think Arman and Ilya is what I would like to see. If I could just make fights and time didn't matter and I didn't have to worry about scheduling of other divisions and everybody was healthy and ready, I'd want to see Arman fight Ilya.
Yeah.
Right now. Islam fight somebody up there. I don't know,
Michael Morales.
Michael Morales probably. Michael Morales, and then Ilya, if he wins, or Arman, whoever wins, go fight Islam.
Yeah, I mean, both of those guys, have a stake at the Islam and the Islam sweepstakes.
Ilya versus Islam, and some fan made an AI generated promo of it. I think I showed it to you guys. It's like the sickest thing ever. It's like, okay, the UFC has to make that fight. Ilya versus Islam.
One win for both guys, and they're making that fight.
For sure.
And I know it's going to hold up a division, and it's not going to be great for 155 or 170, but
then
sometimes you just need to see a fight.
Yeah.
And that's one of those ones we just need to see.
Oh, they're about to do it big time with the heavyweight division, I think.
Here's my my honest take on that fight that I cannot get past. I think Islam soundly wins at 170, and I think Ilya soundly wins at 155. I don't see how. I think Islam cutting that weight to get to 155 again after he's already built a 170 frame is going to be chin susceptibility.
And he wouldn't do it, yeah.
He wouldn't do it. But at 170, Ilya's just not. He was never the biggest guy at 145. Everybody made this whole hoopla about his weight cutting, and I get it. A weight cut sucks for everybody, and he's included in that. But he was never the biggest 145er. He just realized that his power can translate to 155, and why the heck not save yourself an extra 10-pound cut?
Yeah. But it would be cool to see that fight. Because skill for skill. And if they were both around 55 for the majority of their career, it makes sense.
I would almost, and this would never happen, but I would almost want to see that fight at a catch weight. I would almost want to see that at like 162 or 165 or something. But
yeah,
I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, they can't put a belt on that.
JD Jackson, what's up, bro? Brother-in-law in the house.
What's up? Yo.
Fiziev found the weight room. Yeah, he's noticeably bigger since the last fight.
He must have spent 2-3 years in Dagestan, which is not far from Azerbaijan. I went and looked on the maps. It's like all those places are really close to one another. So the reason they're Georgians, Armenians, Dagestanis, they're all good at wrestling. They're all like within probably 10, 12 hours from each other.
Oh, wow.
Sort of, one way or another.
Real quick, somebody bet on your Towson decision.
Really?
Plus 12 or plus 1,250.
Where are you seeing that, Chris?
That just was a YouTube comment.
YouTube. Okay.
Plus 1,250.
1,250. Yeah.
Let's go.
Talisman by decision was a crazy call from you, by the way. I got it in a parlay leg of plus. Hell
Parlay
yeah,
leg.
man.
Let's go. Hopefully.
So what
hopefully the rest
else
of the
is in
parlay
your
does good.
parlay? Yeah.
Let's go.
Joey, this is a serious damn fight. You got that right, man. All right, here we go. Getting ready. We got the clock ready, Chris? Okay, so round one, Rafael Fiziev, Mauricio Rufy. Here we go. I'm really interested to see what kind of pace they start this fight with.
And we're off.
And we're up.
457, 456, 455, 454.
Southpaw for Fiziev, just switched to orthodox. Rufy out of that wide stance position as he usually is.
You're going to see a lot of high-level feinting in this fight. I really hope it doesn't. Yeah, there we go.
Switch kick attempt from Fiziev.
And Rufy showing the classic Fiziev defense by pulling back.
Nothing landed big of any significance yet for either guy.
The way they both stand shows such confidence in striking. You know a high-level striker when you see one.
And it's so funny because they're such different strikers, as we said. You know,
you can tell when somebody really, really knows what they're doing on the feet by the way they're looking at their opponent. Look at their eyes. Look at Rufy's eyes. He's paying close attention to everything.
Couple of leg kicks there for Fiziev. They're starting to land a little bit. Fiziev's definitely been the aggressor for the fight so far. Rufy playing against the fence right now.
Yeah, he's got ring control, but no shots yet. A lot of feinting, a lot of positioning. Oh, you see that hook position? That was so nice.
Big hook attempt.
The way Fiziev hops in like a gazelle hop to land the hook. Lands it clean, but knew the defense was going to be up by Rufy, so he like placed the knee or placed the hook. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Rufy throws the knee.
Couple of good calf kicks for Fiziev. Another one there.
You don't want to get in a calf kick and a leg kick battle with Fiziev, though. You know,
good body hook from Fiziev. So working out of the clinch position here. This is interesting. I'm surprised Rufy's entertaining this
kind of fight is where you're like, all right, ref, break them up.
Yeah, all right, we've seen enough. Yeah,
I need a boxing
get
ref
these guys back to distance. So we've got sort of yep.
All right,
which is exactly what I thought. Mauricio
back to the center of the octagon. Oh, beautiful
switch,
liver kick.
That one got Rufy's attention.
Yeah,
you can see
that one landed pretty good. You see how he snuck that in right under the elbow?
Yeah. Fiziev is so good. Beautiful jab by Rufy.
You see how Fiziev's torso looks like it's gained some, he's barreled up now. You see Rufy is a little bit skinny. Fiziev looks solid. He looks like Chandler now, Mr. Chandler. Have they fought?
No, switch stance again for
That's
Fiziev.
The fight. Take him out.
So Fiziev trying to pin him down. Rufy doing a good job circling. So over half the fight, cage center control for Fiziev. I think he's definitely winning this round with 2 minutes left.
And with not much going on, I mean, cage control is going to be one of the factors that matters in this.
Than Mauricio. And this, which doesn't matter when Rufy gets the knockout, but when you go to decision, it absolutely does.
You know what's interesting is neither guy is really opening up with any jabs.
Ooh, a couple of nice shots there by Rufy.
Yeah, one blocked and one definitely got through. But neither guy is setting up with many jabs. It's more feints, and I get that. They don't want to get countered off their jab, but sometimes it does work to get their guard up a little bit higher, get them focused on defense a little bit more rather than so locked in and able to counter. You see the way Rufy's looking and paying attention to what's coming at him, he's able to counter regardless of what gets thrown. But if a jab's going at his face right now, it's a little bit harder for him to predict what the next one's coming.
So you're starting to see some jab work out of Rufy there.
Oh, he let one
wound
off.
up on a big shot.
Yeah. You see the balance, though? You see he chunks that big shot. A hook with the back arm. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful striking technique.
Rufy's starting to open up a little bit here. Some of those getting through a big knee there. Fiziev still in control of the cage, still keeping Rufi against the. But Rufi doesn't seem to be having much of an issue fighting with his back against the cage.
No, he's finding his moments to score some serious shots. I mean, this round is going his way, not because of cage control, but through damage, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just, there's only 15 seconds left. Big shot by Rufi there.
He's got the timing down on Rufi big time. He's finding him. He's stiff jab there to end the first round.
So, the question now, Nick, is the round coming to an end right now.
Round's over.
Did Mauricio Rufi do enough at the end of that round to steal the round? Because Fiziev was the aggressor. He landed the body shots, the leg kicks, a couple of the hooks. But the biggest shots of the round came from Rufi, and they came at the end of the round.
That's one of those ones where I'm glad I'm not judging it. But what I will say is I would assume of the 3 judges that are sitting around, they don't all have the same score.
Yeah, I would expect that as a split score.
Those are all 10-9s, but they could be going either way. Look at that body kick.
That body
kick
kick
in there,
gorgeous.
Right under the elbow.
How do you guys have that round? Who do you think won that round? So $25 to win 5,600 was the bet.
Go.
Dude, I hope you win that. Let's see. I have KO in this fight, which is probably going to kill it from either guy. And then I took a shot on Lopez money line. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen.
What's the next one?
So Taliesin by decision was the one. He got that. And then he's got anybody can KO this fight. So whether it doesn't matter which way it goes. And then Diego Lopez on the money line.
All right, so we're close.
So yeah, let's go. Let's hope that somebody goes down this round. Dude, I'm excited for you.
56.
I can't even imagine what watching a fight when you feels like
that
when you've got that type
of
of money. Well, he didn't bet a whole lot in fairness, but he does have a lot of upside there.
No, seriously.
All right, so we're in round 2 now. Rufi throwing
beautiful.
Rufi started to open up a little bit.
That placement and timing on that was so nice.
Yeah. And Joey, Fiziev. I think Fiziev for me as well for that round. I mean, it was close. Rufi really was making a case for himself at the end of the round, but I just think the majority of the round was won by Fiziev, and there wasn't enough damage by Rufi done at the end of it to offset that for me. How about you, Nick? Did you score that Rufi or?
Again, that was a really hard one to score.
Beautiful body kick again by Fiziev.
I guess I'd say Fiziev because he controlled for a longer period of the round, but Rufi did land some good damage. That was a hard round to score, and I can't imagine all 3 judges scored it the same.
You know what's interesting? A couple of times now, Fiziev, he just did it again there. He's slipping the jab to the inside, which is not a conventional thing to do. You're normally taught slip to the outside. Now
right.
You learn the rules so you can learn how to bend them, and when you're as good as Rafael Fiziev, you can just downright break them. But what do you think the reason that he is slipping to the inside is? You think he's trying to land some of that big body work and be in position for that, maybe an uppercut? He looks like he's trying to time something, slipping that jab to the inside.
Yeah, and sometimes what he likes to do is delay the overhand. So he'll slip to the inside and make sure his head is off center line while he's down there. But there is a trailing overhand coming around the arm that the person usually doesn't see. That's one he likes. And then he also, like you just said, the uppercut. So if he slips to the inside, he can hit that signature uppercut he hit on somebody on his rise to this fight. There was a really clean knockout of an uppercut he hit on somebody. Oh, beautiful 2 landed by Santos. Rufi.
Ooh.
Oh,
big spinning back head kick attempt for Fiziev there. Did not land.
Damn near hit the back of his head.
You remember when he threw that one against Brad? Was it Brad Rydell?
Yeah.
Man, that was one of the cleanest spinning back kicks I've seen.
Yeah.
Just like stop.
Yeah, he's like, we're all set here.
That was like that one drop. Who was that? They got dropped at 145. Got a delay. He had like a delay fall down.
Shane Burgos. Yeah, that was here in Houston.
That was crazy.
So distance head striking, Rufi's starting to run away with that. He's picking apart the jabs and the straights from a distance. He's starting to work a really nice jab here.
Nice. I love that. Step in with the two.
Ooh, beautiful check hook by Rufy there.
Yeah.
A nice body kick again by Fiziev.
He's got that 2 locked and loaded too.
This is as high level of a striking contest as you'll see.
Yeah, and I'm surprised in this round we're not seeing much success out of Fiziev. He's not able to find his mark.
Rufy seems to have found his rhythm a little bit.
And I will say this: if one of these fighters has a more predictable rhythm, it would be Fiziev because he has a more traditional Thai flavor to his style, whereas Rufy is truly sort of a
he's a freestyle striker,
one-off
yeah.
freestyler. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful!
Big.
Big shots
Big
by
shot.
Mauricio Rufy.
He's landing everything right now.
Fiziev going to that wrestling.
Trying. He's wrestling. He's still on. Oh,
Ruf-
he's all right. He's all right.
Ooh, big shots by
big
Rufy.
shots from the back.
Here we go. Rufy
He's
may
taking
end
big
this
shots
thing.
Oh no.
Wow,
Fiziev, get up.
Fiziv's tough, but man, he's hurt. The ref getting real close here.
no.
That's it. The ref's going to call this.
Ref's going to stop at any second.
Here we go.
All right, it's
Oh
over.
my
And it's
goodness. Mauricio
Hey, does that help the money?
Rufy.
Does that help the?
That does.
Let's go.
We are
Come
one
on. Sorry,
step
Fiziev,
closer
but
to $5,600.
Let's go,
Man.
bro. Come on.
Micah, man, I am.
Well, I was wrong.
I picked
in my prediction.
Volkanovski. I mean, if I'm being honest, I picked Volkanovski
Volkanovski.
by a finish, but you know what? For you, we want to see Diego win on the money line.
100%. 100%. He's had the belt before, long enough.
Wow.
Like I said, LFG.
Yeah, that
Let's go.
LFG is right. That jab is so important. It's everything. Joey, man, you took the words right out of my mouth.
What did I say about the first round too?
The jab
Neither
sets
of them.
everything up.
Neither of them were throwing the jab, and look at the success he had when he started throwing the jab.
All right. Chris, you wanna sit in the hot seat for a second? I'm gonna take a bathroom break after that one.
Take a hot piss. Oh shit. I mean, now that just inserts him right back into a meaningful spot of 155. DC's just chilling, bro. He looks like he's having a nap.
All right, I don't know much about betting, but Mike is asking.
Best fight so far. Wait, I'm gonna hedge 1,500 on goal money line.
Oh, brother, I don't know, bro. This fight, I feel like we watched them fight. We know Volk's gonna win, but there's so many people talking about how Diego can win, and Diego's making way more improvements. I predicted Volk to win because I know he knows how to go out there and stay safe and control a fight. Now, he did get dropped a couple times, but if he felt Diego's biggest shots and didn't get finished by him back then, and he hasn't been all that active, I don't think he's going to be more chinny. And I do think he's going to be able to win this fight. I mean, that's just my opinion. I would hate to switch anything up that you've got going, but God, you're this close. So let's go. Whatever you do, we're riding with you. We'll be pulling for you.
Now, hedge, I guess, means if he bets on that one too, he wins either way, right?
Oh, yeah.
To make this one official, the venerable Goosebumps.
Yeah, Rufy did lose to BSD that way, and I don't think that's a great style in a division that has great grapplers. It'd be important for him to control the center of the octagon and try to use a bit more footwork, because guys can just set traps, and then eventually you wind up too close to the cage. And even if you've got good takedown defense, they're able to use the cage, which is a totally different element, and eventually they're able to get you down. If not, they're just going to eat clock up and make you tired. So, yeah, I think Rufy's very good. Obviously, he just showed he can strike with the absolute best strikers that the division even has. He's talking right now, praising God, praising Jesus, and now he's in Portuguese. So Yeah, I think Rufy is a great fighter. He's back on the winning streak, and if he can figure out how to control the center of the octagon a little bit more, he's going to be trouble. That striking is solid, but if he stands right there, guys who aren't even the best takedown artists are going to be able to close distance on him. Fiziev wasn't really looking to do that. He was more so looking to strike with him. But just because you have the center of the octagon doesn't mean you've got the control. He's just getting translated right now, talking to DC. Got a friend in the back. Looks odd.
Looks like he's stuck in 2002.
Yeah. In
The baggy clothes.
Yeah. Look at that clean too. Right on the end of his punch. That was the shot that really started the end of the fight for Fiziev. Fiziev's tough, man. He took some of those shots pretty well, but man, you can only take so many of those. Foot started to give out. Legs are wobbly. And then there's the ground and pound. Only took a couple. Wow. Rufy's right back in the mix. The training camp was hard. He said that was the fight wasn't the real fight. It was more so the training camp. Now he's calling out Dana White. He just called out Patty Pimblett, Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. Patty, Michael, or Conor.
Him and
Ozzy-
Conor would be interesting because
Yeah.
he fights just like how Conor used to.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. I mean, I don't think he's in the front running for getting the Conor fight, but it's good to mention him. It's fun too to hear Conor's name back in the octagon.
Yeah.
People calling him out again. That tells us that this camp is a little bit more real, and maybe he will be doing it.
He most likely will get the Chandler, I would think.
Yes, he did call out Patty. Oh, there's Astro Boy. Oh, there's Josh Van, Houston's own. They flew him down there for the fights, I guess. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Hell of a way to go, though. But can't you send me to Vegas?
There's not even a 125er on this card.
Yeah. So I don't know many of these Zuffa boxing guys yet, but I guess if Dana's able to promote them the way he's promoted fighters, they should be able to make a name for themselves. But I really think boxing is so weird now that it's relied on characters, and these it just kind of looks like generic boxing right now.
While we're waiting, you want to get to some of these comments?
Oh, sure. I'll try. Yeah, I did say he called out Patty. Great win for Rufy. He'd smoke McGregor. Yeah, he'd probably smoke McGregor, but he wouldn't take him down. And that's all we need is somebody to not take Conor down. Because if they don't take him down, Conor's got a shot. What's going on with the guys? Not much.
Minds. What's up?
What's up? Not much going on. Just watching the fights. We got Benoit Saint-Denis up next. They show him in the back right now, warming up. And he should be walking any minute now to fight Dan Hooker. Who y'all got in this one? All right, we're going to run some commercials. Not bad.
Cool.
When I'm sitting over here, I got a million things. I'm like, oh, I can bring this up, bring that up, and then like totally forget.
All right.
No worries, bro.
Drop a comment in the chat. I mean, to be honest, guys, I'll be upfront with you. We do have an extra seat, and I am looking at an extra mic over there. Now, I don't know, Chris, that you've got the means to set it up tonight, but there are 3 Barnhill brothers. There's just one that you guys don't see that often. he calls himself a casual, but we think he's got a lot of insight, and I personally love his perspective. When I lost my voice for a month with the, I think the worst documented case of laryngitis in human history, Chris did a great job filling in. So if you would like to see Chris join us right here in a third chair for these lives, let us know.
Somebody said
So-
coffee time. Did you make a coffee?
No, it's a hot tea.
Oh.
So I, God forbid, I'll be.
I could go for a coffee.
I'll be up till
but-
2:00 in the morning.
Brewing?
Chris has got the espresso machine if you want.
I have some in the crack still.
Oh, that's like
He's got from this.
I don't even need it
from this
warmed.
morning still in the pot.
I don't even need it warmed.
That's all I need to hear.
All right, I don't even need it warmed.
He's so yeah. Did you guys get to the comments?
Yes, I got to most of them.
Roofie versus Rebovix. Now sign me up for that one. I got the Hangman at home. Heathen Minds. What's up, Heathen Minds? Welcome into the live. Good to see you again tonight.
Yeah, Joey, that fight would go crazy.
That would be
Rebovix
wild.
would deliver.
That would be wild.
Roofie always delivers.
So I was checking when I went to the bathroom, and forgive me, the comments that we're seeing are only. I have YouTube pulled up on my phone here,
Chris, can I get a water too? Sorry.
but we do have 5 or 6 people on Kick watching. So what's
Let's
up to
go.
all of you guys
What's up,
watching
y'all?
on Kick? Make sure you subscribe to us there.
Please and thank you.
And then there were 50 people watching on X,
Let's go.
which I can't figure out how or if there's a live chat for that. But for all of you guys watching on X, thank you so much. We're talking mainly in the live chat here on YouTube. That's what I have pulled up on my phone, but I am trying to switch between just to make sure I'm not missing anything, because we do appreciate all of you that are here on all the various platforms.
Oh, and the cup.
100%. Oh yeah, the OG Barnhill Brothers mug. Peep that.
Where did we get those from?
I think Alyssa for Christmas.
Yeah, our
yeah.
sister gave us those for
Barnhill
Christmas,
sister. Yeah, we got one of those too.
Yeah. So you picked Dan Hooker in this next fight, didn't you?
I sure did. Come on.
So I mean, I think Benoit, with this new coach, I mean, he's just looked pretty unstoppable since switching camps. I think he's cleaning up his game.
Now my only focus is the parlay.
Yeah,
Is there anything on this fight?
No,
for the parlay?
I think he said he was going to.
hedge the bet. For
Micah, did you cash out? Did you just go ahead and call it a day? Did you leave with a profit? In that case, I'm gonna go back to rooting for Volk, which was my pick in the main event.
Yeah,
You had me switch
if-
to Diego there for $5,600 win, but
100%.
I would just love for something that good to happen to somebody in our chat.
Oh,
you know?
100% off a pick too, a wild one too. That heavyweight fight going the distance was crazy.
Crazy how if you're winning, you can cash out.
Yeah.
If you lose the first part of your
Uh,
parlay, you can't call the casino like, hey, can I
Take that one out of the
Yeah,
parlay,
yeah.
please.
Someone said psychopath versus war soldier. Yeah, that's about right. Psych, you guys are fun to listen to. Chris indeed rose to the occasion, and I love his takes as well. There we go. Let's go.
Let's go.
He says thank you. I don't know if you heard him, but I think when Joe Rogan does these fight companions, there's generally 4 people, right?
yeah,
And then on the analyst desk, there's 3, and they bounce to Dean Thomas. So, I mean, I feel like 3 people commenting, and if
yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people that want to be on the show too. So we,
Yeah.
you say the word. If Chris doesn't want to do it, I got people that want to come on as a guest.
a lot of fighters,
So-
I won't name drop, but some that
Yeah.
you would probably know, but
yeah, there's certainly
there's
a few
one
of
thing
those.
with you fighters that's just recurring, and it's y'all are the flakiest humans imaginable. So it's like
Sometimes
there's been so many times where we, do the promo with like a picture and the thumbnail and
Yeah.
everything, and
The-
then like,
the ones that we get on the show.
Yeah.
Those are the real ones that we know we can count on.
who's a real one, and shout out to him, is Austin No Doubt Trout, the
Every time.
BKFC
World
champion, fought Canelo,
Pound for pound, number
one of the best
fighter in the world.
boxers out of Houston ever.
Yeah.
Literally asks us if he can come on.
Mhm.
Couldn't be more gracious. Drives out here like we would
Brings
be
the
willing to
belt.
go meet him. Brings the belt.
Conor
like-
McGregor's favorite BKFC champion.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that-
I love
that
Austin
guy.
Trout.
Yeah, that guy.
Oshaki Foster has been great.
Awesome. Yeah,
Kevin Holland. Kevin
Ke-
Holland,
yeah.
put on a great.
that was a lot of fun.
That was probably our biggest name interview. Bob Perez was on that one too,
Yeah,
by the way.
true.
A lot of people have asked to hear Bob in an interview. It's been a while, but that was a
Yeah.
good one where you can really get into the
And Bob's
the genius mind of Bob Perez.
Coach Bob's next fight will be his 100th UFC corner, which is in Houston, actually.
Is that going to be Yachty's?
Yep.
Yeah,
He's fighting Jordan Levitt.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his fight name? The Monkey King?
The Monkey King, yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I took a shot and I was like, yeah, I don't want to get this one wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is right.
Yeah, he's a weird fella. And
It's hot in here.
Yadier Del Valle, as many of you may know, is a good friend of Nick's and training partner, but was, more importantly than that, in the midst of some serious UFC controversy,
Yeah, that was tough, man, because the Bulgarian fight.
Isaac, he was the one that submitted Isaac Bulgarian in the first round.
And if you want the simplest definition of what happened, is some funny business went down and Bulgarian didn't get his pay. Yadier Del Valle got his full pay.
Yeah.
So that tells you what, who was in trouble and who was not.
Yeah.
Yachty hadn't had any issues. Obviously, he got booked. Bulgarian's not getting booked by the UFC anytime soon. So yeah, everything's good, but it was sort of weird. You finally get to the UFC and then something like that hits you. And
I've known Yachty a long time, and it's like, I understand that, like, a personal vouch for somebody, you guys don't know me personally. And so it's like, whatever, but I truly don't believe he had anything or any knowledge of that whatsoever. He went out there and just did what he did. He was fighting a guy, the guy exposed his neck and he submitted him. And, I think that's evidenced by the fact that he wasn't cut, he was paid, and now he has another fight booked. But
and I like the fact that he's got Jordan Levitt. Jordan Levitt's a legit fighter.
Yeah.
And he's a meaningful guy. He fought Patty the Batty not that long ago. So, I mean, it means something to go with him, and people are going to have their eyes on Yachty for reasons that have to do with the last fight with Bulgarian and for reasons that have nothing to do with that. But either way, he's must-see TV. So, yeah, that'll be fun. He's a serious Cuban problem at 145. I can't wait to see what he does. But now, we got Dan Hooker making his way to the cage.
For sure. And just real quick before we get going on the co-main, Heathen Minds, it's nice to come to a chat with no drama or toxic people. I appreciate you guys.
Let's go.
We appreciate you. We wouldn't be sitting here doing this if it weren't for awesome people like you guys in the chat.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Grow this thing.
If you know some cool people that like MMA that you think would be good additions to the live chats, right? We said we're going to try every fight card of 2026. I'll be happy with above 90% attendance if we can get 90% of the cards where we live stream the main card. I mean, we're going to shoot for 100. But, we started doing this 6 years ago. Nick and I started training in jiu-jitsu and boxing and Muay Thai probably 10 years ago. Nick's taken it more seriously than I have. I'm in my late 30s, so it's always just been a hobby to me. But, about 6 years ago, we would always just watch the fights and talk like we're talking now. And, a couple people made the suggestion that you guys ought to start recording some of these conversations. And so we did, and here we are. So it's, we got past the first goal. And the first goal was to make enough money so that Chris could stop doing his day job and edit for us full time, which that's out of the way now. We got Chris is editing full time for us. So we're putting out more content. We're doing more stuff. Now the next is to, hopefully make it a full-time career for Nick and myself as well.
Yeah.
So
100%. People like y'all helping us grow. That's all it takes. And we appreciate every single one of you. So
absolutely.
just keep running it up, share it out, send it to your friends, whatever. But the next fight is lined up. Bruce Buffer is announcing the boys, Dan Hooker, BSD. Drop in the comments who y'all got. I got Dan Hooker. I couldn't go against him, but it's kind of been a mix. It's been a hodgepodge for the Aussie fighters down there.
This is one of the ones we differed on. I'd take Benoit Saint-Denis. I think Dan is having fun with life. He's got this dad fight thing that's wildly entertaining.
Yeah, and the minute long brawls.
Yeah, the minute brawls or whatever. Yeah. He's like, I got 32 dads that have never fought before. They're gonna knock each other out at heavyweight. It's just like,
you should get over there.
Yeah. Depends on what he's paying, because if it's
it's at least got to cover the flight to Australia. Yeah. I like that.
Sell that one to the wife, honey. I'm booking a flight to Australia to go get into a bare knuckle fight some
a fight tournament
Australian dads.
I like that one guy's Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. It's like day whatever of fighting my followers until I get knocked the F out.
And he like made his way all the way up to like Jake Paul, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He got pretty famous.
I think Jake knocked him out. Jake like actually laid into him. He
All right.
like Steiny Ilya Tapori.
All right, guys. Yeah, drop your predictions. We got Moses taking Hooker.
Let's go.
Let's see. Yeah, Nick picked Hooker. I picked BSD. I think BSD's been really, really clean since he switched camps.
Dialed.
I like him. He's dialed. Dan's having fun. Dan's not outcome oriented at this point in his career. He's fun fight oriented. And I think when you're putting I think he's short list for BMF. And honestly, he could go for a BMF even if he loses this fight, as long as he's not taken out of there quickly. But if he wins, for sure. But if BSD wins, I think they're going to kind of look at him to maybe go into a #1 contenders matchup. So a lot on the line for BSD. I do like him in this one by submission in the second or third. Nice body kick to open things up for BSD.
Yeah, one of these guys could wind up fighting Patty.
Do we have the clock running, Chris? Okay. So you can see where we are. We got the clock running.
4 minutes, 43 seconds right now. BSD already shooting on.
Oh, Dan Hooker looking for a guillotine. Whoa.
Quick sub attempt. Getting
Rolled
right out of it. We're going wild right from the beginning.
This is fun in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, you knew these guys were going to go after it. BSD wants to show that he's just as entertaining as Dan Hooker. I like that.
But it could come back to bite him, though. BSD needs to fight he's got a path to win here. He needs to fight a smart fight. Looks like he's kind of settling in.
Dan Hooker must have a sneaky guillotine that he likes to hit on people, or a ninja choke, something like that. Because he is grabbing for it like it's a natural reflex. All right, he's got BSD backed up against the cage.
So some good striking out of good body kicks out of Dan Hooker so far, and some decent jab work.
His kicks are crazy. It's so crazy that his best weapon is just
again, he's landing that, every time.
He throws the teep kick like it's his jab. Oh, head kick just off the mark.
Yeah.
Dan Hooker is definitely doing some damage to the body of BSD. Those body kicks are
wow.
One.
It's like digging to the body.
Yeah.
It's like it's like almost like a push kick. It's not landing with the shin. It's landing with the ball of the foot.
It's very similar to how O'Malley throws his.
Yeah.
It's almost like they swing it.
It's a slightly different angle than Sean throws his, but still good, like really effective.
But it's not a push kick. It's very much just like a front kick. Stays straight. Yeah.
BSD looking to close the distance here and kind of slow things down a bit. I don't think he liked those body kicks. But Dan Hooker looking really good in these clinch exchanges, reversing position, getting double underhooks himself. So BSD looking for an outside leg trip there. Nothing happening.
Kyle said he loves that Instagram. Yeah, that Instagram is so funny. He just fought like a transgender.
Who did?
The one that does like the fighting my followers until I get knocked out.
Oh yeah, no, that guy's wild.
Which they have a bar in Thailand where you can do that. You can like go to a bar in Thailand and just get into a fight. They have a boxing ring there, and you can go do Muay Thai, and it's become like a tourist attraction. But now you can go have a Muay Thai fight with a lady boy.
Hey, if there's a market for it, there'll be people that do it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a line out the door.
So BSD's looked for a couple of inside leg trips and outside trips. Really, nothing happening for him. Mm-hmm. Dan Hooker actually looking really good in the clinch here with her there. As soon as I say that, BSD hits the trip he was looking for.
The Osotogari or something.
Yeah. So he's got about 2 minutes to work. He's in the side control position. Let's see what he can do here, because I think this has been Dan Hooker's round so far with the striking, especially those body kicks have added up.
He got on top of around 2 minutes left to work. Now, he can steal the round, but he's got to do a lot of damage from here.
Those short elbow, BSD is good at those short elbows from the side control and the top position of half guard.
Yeah.
So BSD, the story
he's looking for the arm. He's looking to isolate the top arm. That's that submission. Yeah,
Kimura right there
from like almost a north-south type of modified position.
Yeah, Dan Hooker's defending.
You rip that thing out and pull it behind. I mean, It is for a guy like Dan Hooker. He's going to know how to defend this pretty well. Yeah.
Good.
Circle up. Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful defense there by Dan Hooker to
Good
get back to
defense.
his feet.
You got to have a little bit of defense, though, when it comes to the striking. BSD's getting some clean shots off right now, but he's leaving his face wide open. Dan needs to start to expose that. BSD's face is open.
BSD landing some decent straight punches.
Head kick would work really well from Dan Hooker right now.
Ooh,
Oh, big uppercut lands for Hooker.
good shots from both guys there. It's a good fight. Nice
another
outside leg
takedown.
trip by
At least
BSD
he got
there.
his legs in there. He can create some distance.
Dan
20
sort of landed
seconds.
in the butterfly position there.
20 seconds remain.
So how do you score this round? This is interesting, right?
Interesting round.
Dan definitely did the most damage with those
Dan-
body kicks.
I give this round to Dan because he got up from the ground, no submission attempts, not much ground and pound damage, and he did control the first 3 minutes of the fight.
More activity on the feet from Dan Hooker.
He's bloodied up a bit.
Good takedowns from BSD. Activity on the top position, looking for submissions, so that's good. Submission hunting. How did you guys score that round?
Yeah, Dan's defense is on point. I agree. Oh, have you tried that strawberry shot, Monster Energy?
No, not that.
No, is it good?
I don't know. It sounds kind of good. I don't drink any of them, but it's
The sour apple one is pretty good.
really.
I had one of the white monsters for the first time yesterday. It was good.
People love white monsters. Ooh, yeah, that was a clean shot. Oh, they're showing all of the teeps that Dan Hooker landed in that round. Great takedown.
Yeah.
He almost landed on his head.
So Moses says close and fun round. Joey's got BSD, landed good ground and pound and shots on the feet. Yeah,
Yeah, I
That
mean, I
was
guess he
close,
did more
yeah.
damage. He did more damage, so I can see that.
it's hard to quantify how much damage those leg or those body kicks did.
yeah,
You know, because they're not. It's not going to bloody your face or
Right.
whatever. But
right,
those body kicks Dan Hooker landed was serious.
for sure.
BSD's breathing a little heavy.
Oh yeah,
Good body. Ooh, good body kick to start off by BSD. Dan Hooker was using that guillotine thread as a takedown defense tonight, and it seems to be working for
Yeah,
him pretty
yeah.
well.
at least he can get him out of the position, get himself where he needs to go. Oh,
Yeah,
so he's trying to do like a ninja choke, sort of.
That's happened a
It-
couple of times where he's done that ninja choke, and
It's almost-
BSD rolled out of it.
Yeah, it's almost like a rear naked, but from the top. You get super deep, like a guillotine.
Yeah.
But that's what you want. You want it to wind up rolling the person over and then getting on top of them. Yeah, BSD's kind of privy to it, but oh man, yeah, you can't be
Yeah.
looking for takedowns on BSD.
Yeah, see,
He knows how to grapple.
BSD's in a really good position here. He's got one
This
of
is
Dan's
a
arms.
modified crucifix.
This is
smash-
really bad for Dan Hooker.
Un-
BSD basically sort of in almost an open mounted triangle position. He's got one arm isolated. He's got the other one. He's working an Americana. See, that Americana is tough to get because you can straighten your arm out. The directionality of the Kimura is the better bet, but it's just he wasn't in the position to do it. Now, BSD is really good at the head and arm triangle,
Yes.
and he does have the real estate in the cage to do it now. So, and almost 4 minutes to work.
Yeah.
So,
This is a great position for BSD. I really hope some shoulder strikes for good measure.
so BSD creating a little bit of distance here to throw some elbows and punches, and then right back down.
Yeah.
Throw some big elbows here for
Dan's
BSD.
got to start. To
Okay.
okay.
It's he really does a good job
Mixing the martial arts
of working those elbows in there to get that head and arm position. This is really bad for Dan. He may be able to finish this even in the half guard. Oh, Dan's almost done here, I think. Dan's trying to turn. Benoit may put him to sleep here.
Is that the same submission?
It's a head and arm
Head and
triangle,
arm
yeah.
choke, yeah. But it doesn't look like he fully has it yet.
Yeah, Dan's still
not
got
gonna
some
tap
space.
unless
Yeah.
he goes to sleep.
Dan's doing the right thing. He's turning, even though
He's created a little
yeah.
bit of space. Now BSD's going to blow his arms out.
You
he
can
doesn't
see
get this.
underneath. You can see
Look at how-
Dan's neck. He's not in
Yeah.
danger of going to sleep here. It's not comfortable.
He is on one side. The carotid artery on the right side is screwed, but the left side has a little bit of space. Now
Okay,
it's
BSD
trouble.
work. Okay, now BSD is working that
A
hand
little
behind.
bit more trouble.
He may work. He may look to turn this into a rear naked choke here.
Or he just went to go secure it even better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's got. Now I think BSD's.
Beautiful technique by Dan Hooker. Get heavy, connect your leg, connect your arms.
Okay. Yeah, Dan's doing a good job of defending that. There's not a whole lot of good defense for a really tight, cinched in head and arm triangle,
No.
but just creating that space, getting your back off the mat is kind of all you can really do.
Yeah.
And grabbing what he was doing, blocking his
Yeah.
hands and grabbing underneath his leg. To
If
create
you can
that distance.
afford that grip, you get it. But yeah, as you saw, he couldn't really hold it that long.
BSD split him open though.
Yeah. BSD is looking like he is a world beater these days.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this new camp was a new camp. Who dis?
Yeah. He's looking good, man. All right.
Holy moly! Okay,
I was not expecting this to be so one-sided.
BSD with some vicious ground. Look, BSD is just so good with those
But
elbows.
that ref is chill though, because he knows how tough Dan Hooker is. Like a lot of these aren't getting through. Dan is able.
Some of them are.
Dan is able to fight. Like the crowd would be upset if Dan got stopped right now.
Yeah,
Because
Dan would be upset.
This
if
is
got
what
stopped.
he does.
I love how BSD transitions from those elbows to the head and arm.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Look how he's getting through the guard of Dan Hooker.
Yeah,
Just-
now those three right there got through pretty good. Dan Hooker has got to start to move a little
the ref's
bit.
going to consider stopping this now. There's been quite a few that have gotten through. Benoit Saint-Denis, holy moly. This is it. Herb's going to stop it here. Yeah, that's it. Wow.
No third round necessary. BSD gets it done with 15 seconds on the clock.
Statement win for Benoit
Round
Saint-Denis.
Damn.
Man, that guy's good.
Dude.
Wow.
You see that? It's the path to victory.
Yeah.
He
Benoit, it's like Khabib did. Khabib
figured
did
out-
what he did,
He figured out his path to victory. He knows how he can win fights.
Benoit's sequence that he looks for is he looks to get inside with the striking. He's got pretty good boxing. He's
right?
in the Poirier fight, he got reckless. He took chances,
too
and you take
reckless.
chances against a veteran, you're going to get starched,
Right.
which is what happened. But he came in, he's cleaned up his striking. He gets himself in, he gets the body lock, and then he uses that to either do an inside leg trip or an outside leg trip.
Right.
Get the takedown, work to mount, and then he's got a beautiful sequence of ground and pound to head and arm triangle.
Right.
And he goes back and forth.
And
from
then
the-
that position right there, that modified crucifix where he was just high mount crucifix, trap both arms, elbows for free. I mean, that's as brutal as it gets. That's more brutal than Valentina's true crucifix.
Nasty ground and pound. I don't think Herb should have stopped that. It looked bad, but it really wasn't. It's Dan Hooker. Yeah.
I get that, but with 15 seconds and no signs of any changing, I get why Herb Dean's like,
Yeah, that's the bummer of it is there was only 15 seconds left, you know,
But it's a long 15 seconds when you're Dan Hooker in that position.
for sure.
A long.
My favorite Herb Dean stoppage is the Robbie Lawler, Ben Askren.
Oh, yeah.
Once he stopped it, he was like, "I thought you were asleep."
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody-
Yeah, I remember that. Dude, I wasn't asleep.
Man, I tell you what, these I'm just trying to keep up with all the comments here. So Hooker finished in the UFC. I mean, Dan's always going to have a place in the UFC, and Dan will have, you know, a line of people wanting to pay him money to fight, whether it's BKFC or Misfits Boxing or
Dude, I think Patty the Batty. Patty
and that makes sense
makes a lot of sense.
because they hate each other,
And
they
they
both
both-
are coming off losses
And
you know.
are down to go to war.
Actually,
talk about
don't
a
hate
fight
that fight
night.
at all.
5-round fight night.
Hooker versus Pimblett. There you go. That's the match right there.
I guess fight night doesn't
Oh.
really matter anymore. It's not pay-per-view.
Yeah, Joey. Dan messed up so badly by trying to toss Benoit. Yeah, that's just
Agreed.
that's not intelligent fighting. That's, you know, being silly,
Caught up in the moment.
and getting caught up. Yeah. Siraj, really good win for BSD, but he didn't look very clean on the feet, so he needs to do some work before he pushes for a title shot or fight someone like Max or Oliveira or even Ilya. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see somebody with that type of striking how they wouldn't get cleaned up by Ilya, especially since Ilya is such a good grappler.
Right.
But, you know, that can be said for almost anybody who wouldn't get cleaned up by Ilya. But I would love to see it's so interesting because you wonder what they're going to do with Benoit. You know, my first thought is you got to put him against the winner of Max and Charles.
Makes sense.
Not for a BMF, but for a number one contenders fight.
Yeah.
So you almost shelf the BMF for a fight. Because I don't think Benoit is like to the status of where he should be competing for a BMF belt.
No, not yet.
But you do, let's say Max wins, or let's say Charles wins. You do a Benoit versus Max or Benoit versus Charles for the next title fight.
Yeah.
While Justin and Ilya get their business going and Arman hopefully gets his shot.
Or have we seen Fiziev fight Hooker?
No, that'd be a good one.
Another good
But
fight.
I think I like Patty better.
Yeah.
I do. So
All right.
so DC asking him who he'd like to fight next.
BSD wants who next? Let's see.
Okay, he wants the undisputed title or the BMF. Neither of those I think he's going to get for his next fight.
Unfortunately not. But
really good performance, but yeah, I mean, there's just such a logjam at 155. What do you do with Arman?
You gotta call
now.
a
If
name.
Arman goes down to 145, which he says he's going to do, he may solve everybody's problems.
What about Arman BSD?
Arman BSD is a hell of a fight.
That might be what they'd look for. Oh, look, there's Matt Rife.
He even dyed his hair like Dan Hooker.
Yeah, dude, he's actually pretty funny.
I've never heard any of his stuff.
Oh,
I may be dating myself, but like
his Christmas special was pretty good, but he did like a crowd work special on Netflix. It was funny.
Yeah.
And he's funny on Kill Tony when he's on Kill because he's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's funny.
All right. Let's see here, man. This night is flying by, right?
Any Kill Tony fans in the chat? It's a great show.
So let's see here. Dan ain't done yet. He's still crafty. Vet that will make you pay if you're not on point. Yeah, agreed. And he'll always there's always a market to see a Dan fight. Who doesn't love Dan Hooker?
100%.
BSD's striking is sus, but he is tough. Yeah, I mean, he definitely needs to continue to clean up his striking. But the thing is, I do see improvements, right? That's what I want to see out of a fight. I mean, he only started fighting MMA in 2018, right?
Right.
So, he's made leaps and bounds. He's obviously got a takedown. Look at Robert Whitaker just feet up on the spread eagle, feet up on the desk. Weidman, no shoes. that is an interesting look. Yeah.
Jeans on one, shorts on the other.
Wow.
That's the
so
life
some
of a retired
Moses
fighter.
said BSD versus Patty. I think I don't hate that fight, but I think they're probably going to do winner versus winner and loser versus loser. I think BSD will fight a winner. And I think Patty versus Hooker. I think you nailed it. I think that's the fight.
That's probably the fight.
That's a big fight night.
People would love that.
People will absolutely love that.
Or even a feature bout.
Could be a feature bout on a pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And then Konstantinos Arman dominates BSD. It's possible. It's possible. Arman, I mean, my God, the guy's tech falling like some of the best wrestlers.
He's got his next opponent this month or February next month. Take me down, get $1,000.
I like that guy on Instagram.
He's wrestling Arman, and he is
Arman going to get $1,000 or what?
I believe so, but he's the only guy that did just as good in his wrestling match that same night against a guy named Muggsy. Now it's not Lance Palmer, but still very impressive. And that's an interesting fight. Yeah, Arman's Arman was a hockey player and he did wrestle and he wound up fighting and doing all that stuff, but he didn't come up like Lance Palmer did. He didn't
Yeah.
come up even like this Giorgio kid did.
Well, you told me Armand, because you used to play hockey. Armand was
Yeah.
a hockey player, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he grew up in Russia. Or I know he grew up in Russia. I don't know what city he grew up in.
Yeah.
But when I played for the USA Selects and we got to travel all over the world, when we went to certain places,
Sweden,
and played,
I remember, yeah.
Sweden and Canada. We went to Toronto one time. You know, Russia always had a team that represented because they were one of the best teams
Yeah.
in the world. It was always the best teams in the world. Russia always had a place and usually left with the hardware, the gold hardware.
Yeah.
I remember one time they came to Toronto.
Yeah.
None of their equipment made it to Toronto. So everybody in Toronto has hockey gear in their garage. So they just lent gear, and the Russian team won the tournament
With borrowed gear.
with borrowed gear.
So what are you saying? You played against Armand, or can you confirm that?
So
or,
he's a little bit younger than me, and we kind of do it by groups of 2
Yeah.
years. So he might have been like a little bit too young to have played against me. But we played the Moscow Dynamo. If he
Yeah.
played for the Moscow Dynamo, there's a chance. And I know he grew up in Russia, so I don't know where he grew up. But if he was very high level as a teenager, then he very well could have played against me. But again, I think he was probably a little bit too young, maybe 2 years too young.
Shout out to everybody watching, by the
Yeah,
way. Chris,
thank
I'm
y'all so
seeing
much.
61 on Twitter.
Go.
83 altogether.
I'm
Let's
seeing
go.
19 in the live chat here on
We
YouTube.
appreciate y'all.
And let's see here.
Drop your predictions for the main event. Volkanovski. Going to
We've-
do it again, the great, or Diego Lopez?
We've got 7 over in kick. And then we've got, Facebook is, I just want to make sure I'm not missing everybody. I normally will have my laptop. I don't mean to seem like I'm sitting
Yeah, we
here
haven't
just,
gotten any comments outside of YouTube.
How many we got on MySpace?
so yeah. Facebook is hit and miss. Sometimes people will pop in, sometimes they won't. But yeah, wherever you guys are watching from, we really appreciate you hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of good, watch alongs
Oh, yeah.
that are out there. Obviously, you can listen to the commentary. So the fact that you all 83 of you have chosen to
Hang with us.
hang with us for the fight night really means the world. We appreciate it, and we try to give the best commentary that we can.
Nothing better than watching the fights with people that you want to hear from and want to talk to, rather
Yeah.
than going to like Dave and Buster's and just
Yeah.
rolling the dice on whatever's there.
Dude, do you remember you were with us when the ESPN Plus disaster, when they first switched over, it just flat out would not work at your house.
Yep.
And this is before we were doing the live streams. And literally we tried for 30 minutes. We were about to miss the co-main event. I forget which.
I remember who the main event was.
It was a Conor fight.
Conor
wasn't it?
McGregor. Yeah.
Who was
Fighting.
it? Which fight was that?
Cowboy. I think it was.
No, it wasn't Cowboy.
It
Because
wasn't
I was still living downtown in Houston when that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was when I moved out here. So it would have been. It was Poirier, because it would have been the fight
Poirier.
after Cowboy.
Okay. Yeah. Poirier won.
Yeah, it was like me, my wife, you,
We all just
our dad
packed up and went to Hooters.
to Hooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one
And
guy
the
was sitting at the
crowd.
bar.
Yeah.
The one guy was sitting at the bar. He goes, he was sitting with his friend. They're drinking, eating wings or whatever, getting them deboned by the waitress or whatever it is they do at Hooters.
They file bankruptcy. There's
But,
not too many
yeah,
Hooters left.
so did Twin Peaks apparently, but unfortunately, but nobody said anything about Swinging Richards going
Yeah.
out of business. But yeah, the guy was like, "Oh man, these guys look pretty tough," and the other guys, yeah, but the other guy goes, "Yeah, but they're only 155 pounds, so they're little guys." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you two fat slobs can't do
Yeah.
anything to these 155 pounders who walk around at 200 pounds."
Yeah, no, the
and aren't
funniest
small.
It's so funny because for so long there was so many people, and I'm not trained to the levels that you have, but I've been, on the mats with some really good people,
Great fighters,
both in some world champion jiu-jitsu fighters I've had the pleasures of rolling with. I've
And
sparred
learning
with some
from,
really
yeah.
some Dana White Contender Series guys, and obviously didn't
And
win
UFC
those rounds,
vets,
but
yeah.
I've done, I've been in there with experienced people, and it's
Yeah.
so funny because we always talk to them, and it's like, you just really have no idea.
No.
And then I think that was demonstrated so beautifully on Instagram with Manel Kopp. I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah.
the circumstance that led up to that,
That
but
street fight.
he slept
Like-
3 people on the streets.
Yeah, he cleared the
He
street.
cleared the street.
He's a street
and then
sweeper that
casually
night.
walked away.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh man, that guy just slept all." And those guys did not look like 125-pound guys. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
so so do you guys see now that you couldn't beat Dustin Poirier in a
Right,
fight? You know, like
He's
that.
not one of those little guys.
Like you couldn't beat Manel Kopp either, but it's like an easier sell to convince you that
Right.
you can't beat Dustin Poirier.
Right.
Speaking of Manel Kopp, him and your boy Josh Van are getting a little heated. It seems like that there's some smoke. Where there's smoke, there may be fire.
Yeah, I mean that fight makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. Manel Kopp has, just unwavering confidence right now, and I think he's the right guy to bring the energy. Josh Van needs somebody.
It's a tough fight
Because
Josh.
with the Pantoja thing, he didn't get any love
Yeah,
off of that. He got the belt, but it wasn't really any of his doing. So we do need to have him go out there, have a competitive fight for the title. So people can go, okay, here's the champ. But Manel Kopp is that guy. Manel Kopp now believes and has proven to everybody that he's the best contender in the world. And I don't think that the UFC could make a match at 125 that makes more sense than that. So I think they're going to wind up doing that one probably as a co-main event of some card in the next, 4
likely,
months
or they just do it as a title, a title fight on a fight. It's not you could get away with doing that one on a fight night because we all know that Pantoja's getting an immediate match when he comes back. So it's kind of like it's a placeholder title fight. Like it's 125. You could get away with that.
True.
Tough fight for Josh. Manel Kopp is a tough matchup for him.
Yeah, it would be a fun fight because it'd be a lot of striking. I don't think you'd see either one of them shoot for many takedowns.
You have a lot of volume and some pop from Josh, but boy, Manel Kopp looked real good in his last fight.
Yeah.
He looked really, really good. So
what do y'all think happens next at 170? Islam said he wants either he wants the White House or the month before that, New Jersey Prudential Center. That would be May.
He's fought in New Jersey before.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a surprise. And
him
people are saying him and Usman are going to be the main event of the White House, but I can't imagine that they would do that.
Dana's saying that's not going to happen. They're looking at Ian Gary.
Now that would make sense to do that in Jersey.
My opinion is they should run that 2 weeks before the White House card.
Yes.
3 weeks before as a promo because Islam is a star.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be on the White House card, but he's a star. And last year was all signs of that. He was the biggest name last year. Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget was the biggest saying of in MMA culture that made it over to the mainstream. And I believe if they put him out a month before they do the White House card, it's only going to get people excited and talking about it and obviously do good things. But it's not make or break that he needs to be on the White House card. And I also don't think, given that they're probably going to want Americans sort of heavy on that card, that with the 170 division the way it is, there's no one American that you can just insert and have it make a whole level of sense.
No, it doesn't. It wouldn't make any sense to put not at 170. I think there's a reasonable chance that we got our main event last weekend, and that's just that Ilya is going to fight Justin. There's your American fighting on the White House lawn, which is what a lot of people are saying that needs to happen. Now he may be a sacrificial lamb on the White House lawn, but
we got to get John Jones.
Yeah,
what we have to do is kick.
Dana just said he was not going to build a card around John.
Yeah, but that's promo number one. Yeah, there's the song Down Under.
Down Under. Quickly before the main event, a couple of questions.
That guy with the YouTube cooking channel is about to fight.
Sup, Pimp Sons? Are y'all drinking or what? No, we don't really.
Coffee.
Yeah, drinking hot tea and coffee, man.
We got to drive after this. You don't want to
to
catch me on the news.
And I've got a 3-year-old that's going to wake me up at 7 a.m. regardless of what time I go to bed.
Yeah.
So
if we hit a big mark like 100K subs or something, maybe we'll cheers something.
Maybe Nick will drink on here with Chris, but
somebody's got to drive me home.
I am going with Diego. It's just one of those nights. Volk is too busy cooking all the time. Yeah, a lot of people said that, a lot of people are taking Diego on this one, which is surprising because the first fight was fun, but Volk commanded that fight. But Diego looked really good against Silva, so we'll see. John said Dan should call today. He will soon sound like Nate.
Yeah, hey, Nate would be a fun fight.
Dan versus Nate.
Dan versus Nate. Sign me up.
Volk versus Diego will be a war, but I got Volk by decision. Nicolette,
Hey, Volk is the man. Volk is like he's just like the most accommodating guy. Like you can see him walking around and like giving thumbs up to people, being like, "You good?
Yeah.
Everything good over there?" It's like, dude, you're about to go fight. You're the main event.
Volk is legitimately
Mm-hmm.
Volk is one of my top 5 favorite personalities in UFC history.
Dude, yeah, Volk is the
that
man.
may be a weird take, but like
Nah.
I love Volk.
Volk is the man.
He's had an unbelievable career. He came not from a fighting world. He came from rugby.
Best featherweight of all time.
Best featherweight of all time. It's
which is always in the top
anybody
3
and everybody.
most stacked divisions.
Brutal knockouts, 2 in a row, and then after the age of 35, came back and became champion again. You know, you gotta love Volkanovski.
Now he's kissing the crowd. Man does it all.
Diego can catch him in an armbar, but it's unlikely. Man, that's going to be tough. Catch Volk in an armbar. I mean, we saw Volk dead to rights with Brian Ortega in a mounted guillotine, and somehow he beast moded his way out of that. Joey said, what do you guys think about Hooker and Ziam? It's good to get circulation amongst the top. Ziam has earned it. Good fight for both. Yeah, I mean, that's a great fight. It just depends on what they're going to do, with Patty. I really think that's what they're going to go for.
The timing works out.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, as far as my thoughts on it, I love the idea. Let's see here. Rogue Strummer. Some of the fights are still pretty small some of the fighters are still pretty small in person. A lot smaller than you would think. Yeah, you've seen Josh Van multiple times in person, right?
Yeah,
He's not very big, is he?
No, not very big.
So you're just for everybody knows, you're 5'8", about 155.
5'8", 155, yeah. And
how much smaller would you say Josh Van is than you in person?
He probably doesn't get any heavier than 145.
Okay.
And doesn't carry much fat. And 5'6". Probably a true 5'6".
Have you ever sparred him? Have you ever felt
No.
how powerful he is? Or
No, last time he was at our gym, he was sparring exclusively boxing with some of the boxers. So
Okay.
they were focusing on just his hands and obviously boxing. But I mean, he looked good, but he wasn't. I was in there for MMA, so
yeah,
we didn't end up training. But it would be interesting, if he ends up fighting a southpaw. I'm around that size, so it would make good sense.
Yeah. And then Rogue Strummer Cop will beat him. He's better everywhere. That is we may sound a little bit skewed because we're Houston guys, and sometimes Josh is not a Main Street fighter, but he pops in there every now and then. So
who is a big body is Peter Yan.
Is that right?
At the PI, whenever we were there,
I would not think that actually.
No, he's just a force, and it was because I opened the door. I opened the door to the locker room at the PI. As soon as I opened it, he was pushing it. He was pushing it as I was pulling it. And I guess because I'm in the PI, you can't just get into the PI.
Yeah.
So if you're in the PI, you're likely in the UFC. I wasn't, but I was there to train for a fighter in the UFC. And I'm around his size. We're like eye to eye to each other. So he's straight up just sizing me up as soon as I open the door. And just look. And I see, obviously I don't have much cauliflower, a little bit on this side. This dude's face is he's just got scar tissue.
Forget cauliflower ear. The homie's got cauliflower face.
And he's just staring me up and down. Ended up being totally nice and would crack jokes with us in the locker room. But it was funny because as soon as he was like, this man's in my division. I don't know who he is. And I'm like, no, it ain't like that. But
if I keep losing, I'm gonna be fighting.
Yeah, and if I lose anymore, I'm probably gonna fight him. But no, it was a lot of fun.
That's cool. I bet you that facility is amazing.
Yeah, the craziest was the David Goggins thing with John Jones.
Yeah, but Rogue to tack on to what you said. Yeah, I mean that's the smart money, right? That Cop would beat Josh. He's just, but the thing about Josh is he's just got age on his side. He's like, he's like 23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the amateurs like 2020?
Yeah.
Like he
not
was
even
COVID. He was fighting. Like he was like
4 years ago, 21.
So after COVID, he took his first amateur fight.
Yeah.
And now he's a UFC champion, in a weird way, but a champion still.
Yeah.
So, he even if he does, I mean, and to be honest, I think, Cop probably would have his number in that fight, but still a bright future for Josh, as young as he is with.
Well, and he's got the belt. So if anybody wants it, they got to take it off him.
Yeah. All right, guys. Quick breakdown on this one. Nick and I both picked Volk. Nick picked Volk by finish, or
yeah,
I had him.
Yeah, I thought he did enough to get the decision last time, but he'll do enough to get the finish this time.
Yeah. I went with the same, actually. I picked 4th round TKO for Alexander Volkanovski. I think people are discounting how much his experience in the octagon with Diego is going to help him in this fight. He seems to physically still be there, even if he's only 90% of what he used to be physically. When you watch his technique and watch him explain what he does, you can tell that he's mentally sharper than ever. I think he's one of the smartest minds in the game that's competing. And I think Diego leaves himself a little bit too open at times. The big X factor is, we could all eat crow because Diego knocks him out.
Yeah,
we've had two brutal knockouts back to back. Now he bounced back and looked great against this same opponent.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that Diego can't clip him with something and his chin be compromised.
Right. What's the word on that parlay? Did he hedge? And
he hedged. Yeah, he took his money and ran, which that was probably a smart decision.
No, I think he left that one open and then put 1,500 to win 1,000 in bulk.
Oh, nice. So either way.
He hedged. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. All right, guys, if you want to lock in with where we are, we got the time clock coming up here, just about to start. Alexander Volkanovski, Diego Lopez, the second edition, this time 37-year-old Volk, 31-year-old Diego Lopez.
Oh, Matt Rife must be a big Volk guy.
Is that right?
He was just screaming and filming him. Let's go, Volk.
All right, here we go. Touch the gloves, and we're off.
Down under. All right, Volk.
Volk looks like the usual Volk.
Classic Volk.
A lot of movement, a lot of jab to feel range and position. Inside leg kick.
It's going to be interesting to see where Diego looks to really plant and land his shots, because that's what he likes to do. Volkanovski is the kind of guy who has sound defense when he enters and exits, but there are moments to catch him. And pretty much because he has a speed advantage on most people, that's when you do have to catch him, is right when he starts throwing his offense. Diego's pretty good at seeing those opportunities, but he didn't see enough in the first one. So I want to see how he really does figure this puzzle out, because Volkanovski, again, he can just make you look like a fool all night if you don't make him pay when he crashes.
He can be a bit of a ghost in there. I would imagine it's very frustrating to fight Volk because he's so,
with that liver kick open. Anytime he switches though to orthodox, Diego should switch over to southpaw and rip that body kick, because he's got his guard pretty high, and naturally it looks like he's got a bit of a long torso, so you can really plant that liver kick on there, do some serious damage.
Yeah. Looks like he went for that body kick.
And I would assume Volk has good high guard discipline after the Islam kick to the head. He's going to keep that hand glued to his face.
Yeah.
He wants to keep from getting KO kicked again.
What I think the success that Ilya had, obviously the power. I mean, that's obvious. But I think what got him to the position to deliver the power was the ability to cage cut. His ability to walk down an opponent, pin them, and then finish them against the cage. So far, Diego has not been able to push Volk back to where he's fighting against the cage like Ilya did.
Yeah.
Volk's doing a lot of stance switching here. Good lead hook there by Volk on the stance switch.
Yeah. It's a smart move for Diego to keep just throwing that body kick anytime he can with his left leg, because it's going to keep Volkanovski's hand planted over there by his face and basically keep him from throwing it. But if you can do enough damage to the actual arm, then it'll slow down his attacks and his ability to throw that arm. So it's one of those things you don't see quite as much in MMA. You will see it in Muay Thai. People just kick the arms to basically deaden them. And it's scored in a certain way in Muay Thai, but you'll see the same thing in boxing too. Like Canelo, if there's nothing available, then he just lays into your arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
And because he wants your arms to fill up with blood and get heavier, he wants them to be sore. And if you start doing that enough, you can really wear on somebody. You know what the worst one
Well, it's
is?
attacking the weapons.
Just attacking the weapons, right? The worst one ever is when it's the opposite of an extended elbow. It's like a pushed in. It's like an acute elbow.
Oh,
when
yeah.
somebody punches your arm and you've got it up by your head and it just goes straight backwards. Oh man, what that does on the inside of your elbow hurts so bad. I don't know what it is.
It ain't no fun.
It's not your funny bun. There's nothing funny about it.
So, beautiful entry there by Volk,
Yeah.
looking for a takedown.
Got the double unders.
And this just goes to show the fight IQ of Volk, right? This is a close round,
Right.
and
he needs some control.
He's getting some control here. If he can get a takedown, even better. So,
Yeah.
and notice he deployed this technique about 1 minute before the end of the round.
Right.
What was a very
good
close round.
timing. And now Diego's got good defense. He's got that whizzer. He's got some pressure on the underhook. All right, separated now. He's got to do something with it because I think Volk has done enough to win this round. Again, it's one of those situations where Diego has to find his opportunities, but you do have to try to at least go for one big moment every round. Because if Volk does this for the first 2 or 3 rounds, then you're going to be fighting from behind and you're going to be leaving yourself more exposed.
Volk threw that
Beautiful
overhand with some
jab.
bad intention there, followed up with a good jab.
Yeah. Oh, he hit the Peter Yan. And that's, by the way, the fight I want, Peter Yan versus Volk. That is really the fight I want.
That would be a fun fight. I mean, a lot of weird things would have to happen before that fight made any sense, but, that would actually be a stylistically great fight.
What about Marab versus Volk?
I'd be more interested to see Peter Yan, to be honest with you, but I feel like you got to give the winner of Mavsar. And here's the weird thing, right? So that's the end of the first round.
Great job, lad.
Probably Volk,
round
close
one
round,
for
good
Volk.
round one for
Let
Volk.
us know.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. I'm gonna check the phone here and see what y'all are saying. Who do you think won the first round there?
Volk.
Mike Yang said we can watch boxing after this fight.
Does
Anybody know what
Vazim?
the status of the Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo fight is? Is it happening now? Where are we at on that card?
They actually had a decent undercard. I mean, you wouldn't know who they are, but they're decent as far as notoriety for boxing fans. They had a decent undercard on that.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it again. I mean, I've spent most of my preparation for the live, obviously for the main event or the main card, but
dude, he's got a legendary lineup of coaches.
He really does.
That older guy who's a legend.
Yeah, Joe Lopez. Yeah, he's
Eugene
Well,
Eugene's not with him right now. It's him, Hickman, Craig Jones, and Brad Riddell.
Oh, Brad Riddell's in the corner again. We were just talking about him tonight.
He's taking care of the striking because he's like Fiziev level striking, even though Fiziev lost. And
okay, we got round 2
and then
going.
grappling is more than taken care of with Greg Jones and Frank Hickman.
Well, Craig Jones is a really good addition for Volk against Diego Lopez because Diego's a wild man on the ground and he's got some really good submissions. So, Hickman's helping with the takedowns, the offensive takedowns when he wants them, the defenses when he doesn't. And Craig's obviously filling the gaps on the ground. And Riddell is probably as good as of a pad. Him and Fiziev were both coaches over at Tiger. That's why when they fought each other, that was one of the things they were talking about. They were very good friends.
Yeah.
But Volk's got an all-star team. And I'm glad to see his coach, Joe Lopez, getting some shine and building that awesome gym that he built.
It looks awesome. Yeah.
Original gym was a little nothing,
Right.
And Volk is kind of very much to,
they are laying the groundwork for MMA down under.
Yeah.
From Izzy's got a gym somewhere out there. Volk's got a gym down there. I'm sure Dan Hooker will wind up having a gym.
Yeah.
They'll all just open up. And then
Dan
there's-
had one at some point, but I think he closed it down for to focus on his career. But obviously he can reopen one at any time.
Yeah.
This round's a little bit close. Diego's being a little bit more aggressive in this round, trying to command the center of the octagon. Volk's still moving around a lot, throwing good leg kicks, but Diego's landing some leg kicks of his own.
Yeah. Somebody said Paramount might have killed the live streams on us. I hope not, man. We're just trying to have some fun, bring some community together for these fights. We don't really want to compete with them, but some people don't really like to listen to DC and Joe Rogan whenever he's there. So we give them a little something else.
That's we're going to be here.
Y'all just keep sharing it
yep.
with everybody you know. Let the people know that we're here for the fights.
Yeah,
and if y'all keep showing up, we'll keep growing.
And one thing, guys, I see there's how many do we have total in the chat, Chris? 83. So, and most of those are actually on X, and we're trying to grow over there. So if you get on Twitter, if you dabble over there, a follow would be amazing.
Huge.
We cannot seem to grow by our subs on YouTube are growing just fine how we'd like them, but on X we're having trouble growing. So if you're on X right now watching, make sure you hit that follow button if you're enjoying the content. We really do appreciate it. And
don't forget to be on the TikTok and the Instagram, Barnhill Brothers. Just find us. That's where the short form clips are. You'll find all the predictions there. Of course, the full episodes don't go on the short form platforms, but we always got links for those. You can find the full episodes on YouTube. You can listen to them on audio podcasts, but the clips, that's where most of the views are, tons of comments, tons of engagement. People are having great conversations and debates. So YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram shorts.
Oh, things are heating up here.
That's where it really goes down, y'all. Just
All
keep
right.
spreading the word. We got a good fight on our hands. Minute 43 left in round 2. Diego's bringing a little bit of pressure, but Volk is still cool as a cucumber.
Volk's chin is holding up too. I mean, that was a big overhand by Volk there. Volk is seeming to find his timing here, especially with that overhand, and he's setting it up with the inside leg kick and the jab.
Yeah.
Diego has landed some decent shots.
He's doing one thing Volk's doing that we love is he's engaging on his own terms. He's not just leaving it up to chance, and he's not risking anything without being completely measured when he does come in. Look at that.
Beautiful hook there by Volk.
Eventually you do have to bite down and throw, but he's always ready to defend soundly and then counter because he knows Diego is dangerous and plants his feet whenever he comes in.
One thing I must say about Diego Lopez, I like that he's cleaned up his straight two.
Yeah.
His cross was a little bit pawing in the past. It seems like it's more linear tonight, and there's a little more on it. He's always had good hooks and uppercuts, but that two I didn't really love. But nice.
Let's go. Thank y'all so much. DC's a legend, but I do get it. Some people, oh my God, Volkanovski in a
wow, standing guillotine for Volkanovski.
He's not going to get it. He's going to fall off. No.
Yeah.
All right. Volk is on his back. Diego is on top, but only 24 seconds
Calculated
left
risk by
in the
Volk
round.
there.
It's a brawl.
Good fight. Good fight so far.
Diego's like a backpack.
Good round for Diego, but still Volk landed the bigger shots to me in that round. Diego's working a rear naked choke, but with 4 seconds left, nothing doing.
Diego finishes strong.
Volk, I still think Volk that. How do you? I mean, drop a comment here. I'm going to take a look here before the next round. Let us know how did you score that round. I think that was another one for Volk.
Closer round.
I could see that round going Diego's way, but I'm going to go Volk. (2-0) Volk. Yeah,
Volk. I like it.
I know I'm gonna butcher this. Guiterial Arts, is that right?
Yeah,
we're terrible with names. I'm sorry, but 2-0 Volk. Everybody's saying 2-0 Volk. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
Bang, big shot lands.
Let's see.
Ooh, that cinematic Paramount highlight. That's pretty nice. Looks like a Rocky movie. Slice the bone.
All right. 2-0 Volk seems to be the consensus. Round 3.
We need some finish.
So are we going to see some urgency out of Diego in this round? Because he probably is aware that it's likely 2-0 Volk.
Yeah,
And
great leg kick to start the round.
this fight is taking place in Australia, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, not to say that there's been rob jobs or anything like that on the card, but you know, that's got to be in the back of your mind when you're fighting a hometown hero and it's a close fight and, you know, they're up a couple rounds.
100%. And there have been a lot of robberies lately.
Just real quick, that name was actually guitar and martial arts combined together.
Oh, nice.
Guitar-tial arts.
Guitar-tial arts. There we
You
go.
sound like me. I play the guitar as well. So
yeah, we actually both dabble
he-
with guitar. That's
yeah.
cool, man.
Steven started playing a lot longer. I started on the drums. It's weird to say that I've been playing drums now for like 22 years,
Yeah.
but it feels like I'm not.
Would
old
you
enough.
start at 3 or?
No, I started it, and I started in my double digits. That's the weird part. But yeah, rock on. What
That's
kind of
awesome.
music do you like to play?
So Diego's aggressive in this round. I like Diego's, you know, he just did a jab to the head, jab to the body there. Diego's been a bit of a headhunter, and he's still heavy in that front leg, but he's not as heavy as he has been in the past. You know, I do think Diego's losing this fight. Don't get me wrong, but I do like what I'm seeing in some improvements. I like the cross. I like the sort of balancing of weight a little bit more off that. I'd like to see it a little bit less on that front leg, but it's less than in the past. And we're seeing some, you know, some attacks that's not just really headhunting type of attacks.
Yeah. Oh, good stance switch entry off Volk. Moving in sharp. But you can't get lazy like that. You just start bouncing around with your chin high. Anybody can touch you in the face. Good timing on that jab.
Not a whole lot happened in this round so far. Here we're getting some action now for the.
Just trying to grab full plumb. Harder to do on a guy that's 4 inches taller than you, though. It's harder to break their posture.
But Volk, you know, I've heard that he's. I mean, it makes sense because he used to be over 200 pounds, but
Strong
he's
as
just
hell.
ridiculously strong and
Strong as hell.
like the plum and the, you know.
Oh, beautiful 2-counter.
Oh,
another one. This
same shot twice in a row for Volk. Beautiful
Think
2-counter on the entry.
Yeah, think about the TJ Dillashaw, Cody Gnolov when they just kept running into the exact same punches. It was like that. Volk landed a big 2 overhand. Diego did the exact same thing. He threw the exact same overhand, landed it flush again, and rocked Diego.
That was 2 really nice count. Beautiful. Volk's finding that 2. He's finding a home for that 2 really well.
And he's not as tired. You can tell Diego's hair is sweating more than Volk's hair.
That beard is dripping. But yeah, Volk's looking real good. That switch stance, then the big lead hook. So he's throwing that lead hook with his power hand. So he's switching stances to put the power hand in the front, and then he's whipping that hook.
And if Diego continues to throw a lazy jab while they're in this traditional orthodox versus orthodox stance, he's going to keep finding that delayed overhand too. It's a beautiful shot. You can see he's trying to time it. Diego's switched over to southpaw.
So we got Volk in the orthodox and Diego in the southpaw right now. And Diego switches back to orthodox.
Very high level fighting right here.
I don't think Diego liked the angle. Volk was starting to cut that angle
Yeah.
on the outside foot. I don't think Diego liked. That's why he switched back.
Yeah, he wants Diego to start throwing that jab again because he wants to land that backhand. I know Volk wants to land that power too one more time in this round to really rock him.
Yeah, that would kind of stamp the round. And because of those shots and what, again, is another close round, I think, you know, that's
beautiful.
Ooh.
Beautiful. It's weird because Volk landed the big hook. He walked in, stepped in, changed, switched stances, landed a hook, but he ended up falling.
It's so hard to just, you know, remember that Volk is a 37-year-old fighter.
Yeah, Volk sits in the pocket, waits and trades. Really nice.
And the whole narrative that his chin was done after Ilya is like, you know, the second Islam fight was very short notice. He admitted himself, like, I wasn't necessarily in training camp. I was doing a little bit of drinking, like,
right.
You know, I cut weight and basically got in there and
living life as the champ still.
What happens, right? But And then
Diego's
Ilias, I mean, who the hell doesn't get knocked out by Ilias? So,
Right.
like, it's not like, oh, I got knocked out by Ilias, so I have a bad chin. Like, no, how about I got knocked out by Ilias because the guy hits like a freight train, you know?
Did you guys know that he made a documentary about himself? Or not him, but they started and ended a documentary before he even got to the title.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Ilya.
Oh wow.
Like they were so confident. He knew he was going to be champ. Even when he was
does
like
have
saying,
that Conor McGregor level, unprecedented level of confidence,
Yeah.
and he does what he says he's going to do.
yeah,
He's a
I
special
can't
fighter.
wait for an Ilya to come back, and it's going to be hopefully it's Armin that we get to see him with.
There's
Obviously-
no way it's not going to be Gaethje because
Yeah, but I don't want to see that.
they're not going to play. And maybe they do a quick because Ilya is saying he can come back. Look at that beautiful step in hook there. How do you guys have it? Do you guys have it 3-0 Volk?
Come on, Volk, you can't ruin your own highlight like that.
Yeah, well, if Volk didn't already have 2 rounds, he does now. Yeah, I agree. I think he's got 3 rounds. I think it's 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah. Diego's getting frustrated because he can't seem to get his offense going. Everything is in
Yeah.
control. By
I think
Volk.
it's 3-0, and Diego looks much more tired. I agree, Jacob. And I think Volk's only getting better. Diego's got to land something big here in the next 2 rounds. Otherwise, I think Volk is going to cruise to a decision. Although I did pick him to get a knockout in this round.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
I got to tell you, the time on this fight card has been better. It's not that late.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the last fight. We got 10 minutes of fighting left. It
and
just
it's not
feels like
even
maybe
11 o'clock Central.
Yeah, Paramount is breezing through. Maybe less commercials.
Well, last weekend was long. I
Yeah.
because you had the main event went 5 rounds. Sean O'Malley and Song went the distance. Rose and Natalia Silva went the distance. So there was some quick finishes. BSD quick finished. Saul killed quick finish.
time. Oh no, they went decision.
They went the big boys went decision.
How did I forget?
And then
Oh, nice.
there was one other
nice little 2-piece by Volk.
drawing a blank on what the other fight was already.
Roofie.
Roofie, that's right. Yeah, Roofie got the knockout. How could I forget?
Oh man, significant strikes are actually close. 44-46.
But I don't think that really tells the story.
It
Though. I
doesn't
think
tell the
Volk is
story,
landing
no.
the bigger shots for sure.
For sure. And he's controlling the fight. But Diego is somehow still able to pepper some shots and keep himself close, at least statistically.
Diego's still in this fight. He could he can still win this fight.
For
but
sure. But he's got to get a little bit more risky.
he's got to turn the table, and that's where you can run into problems with Volkanovski.
Right. Because Volkanovski has Diego biting on pretty much every feint now. And that is not a good sign because now you're freezing every time your opponent looks like he's going to mount some offense. 72 to 28% chance on poly market for those interested in the poly world. For those of you in the poly world,
that poly market is interesting, man. It's I see that everywhere now. I didn't know what it was until this year.
I barely found out what the other kind of poly was. I always thought it was just a name for a parrot that wanted a cracker.
So Volk looking good here. Diego's throwing a lot of leg kicks tonight.
Chopping. I mean, that's sort of the way. You can't just go out there and draw Volk into a brawl. I think you do have to systematically beat him up and take his weapons away one by one. Because Volk has been able to get through most of this fight without a whole lot of damage.
It's almost impossible to win a decision against Volk. I mean,
Yeah.
Max Holloway is a decision, aficionado.
Right.
Not that Max isn't exciting, but Max
He
sure
knows how to
win a
win.
decision. Volk's beaten him 3 times. Now you can argue one of those, but
Still, majority
story
of
still
15
stands.
rounds. Yeah.
And I mean, you think about it. I think
Beautiful time jab.
the only decision he's lost in the UFC was to Islam Makhachev in the first fight. Like, say what you will. I mean, I do think Islam won that fight, but my God,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have one decision loss on your record, that's it.
That's not a bad one to have.
But
yeah, I mean, Diego's
round
just
did-
not fighting with any urgency.
are you giving this round to Volk? Though I'm not seeing a whole lot out of either guy. This is
I'm
a
not
weird
seeing
round.
anything
Yeah.
from Diego though. So just leg kicks.
It's really just the jab of Volk and the leg kicks of Diego.
But Volk doesn't really need to work that hard in this round. I think if he stays,
Ooh, now there he
beautiful.
goes with that step to that that power too. When
if he can land a
Diego.
couple of those in this round, it can at least keep it competitive and keep him fresh for round 5 where we know Diego's going to
kick.
come out wild.
Oh man,
Groin strike.
it didn't look like a groin. I mean, obviously Volk acknowledged it right away, but it looked like a inside leg kick.
Yeah.
Let's hop to the comments for a second.
Pop top.
That's what I hate about the.
I'm rooting for Volk, but Diego, yeah.
Stay on point.
Oh, shit. Check out the lats on Diego Lopez. Dude dripped.
No kidding.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry, lad. Sorry, bloke. All right, back into the action. We got 1 minute left in round 4. These two are getting after it again. Come on.
Here we go.
Diego wants to pressure and he wants to get into it, but he's not committing.
Lopez has no idea how to cut Volk off. He's always following him. No urgency, nothing crowd. Yeah, the cage cutting is one of the biggest things. I mean, if you want to knock Volk out, you have to put him against the cage. You have to. I mean, if you think about it, Islam knocked him out close to the cage. Ilya knocked him out against the cage.
Right.
Like Volk with space, you can't touch him. He's like a ghost in there.
Right. And these kicks can be effective to trap him, but you have to throw him. You have to throw him when he's walking one direction and start to. Yeah, exactly. Like right here.
Diego's
Oh,
taking
wow.
some
It's
chances,
getting wild. Volk's always down to throw a couple of wild exchanges
Yeah,
into his fights.
People underestimate how game Volk is. He's just not dumb.
Right.
He's got a little bit of that bozo, like I'll bite down and go. But
Every now and again he shows it.
But he's not dumb,
No.
and he's never going to fight stupidly. He'll do that for a second and then he's right back to being Volk.
Right. Diego Lopez could be down 4 rounds to none right now.
Could be. Yeah. I mean, you could score that round for Diego.
Yeah. Maybe one of the judges to have.
the leg kicks, but
Yeah.
I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys, is it 4 up for Volk or is it 3-1 now?
Can't say we didn't see this coming.
Yeah. Well, I predicted 4th round technical knockout, so that's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. And I think I picked finish too.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both fourth.
We both picked-
third or fourth.
Yeah.
KO,
Yeah, TKO. So both guys just getting some last minute corner advice before the final round.
Like you said, talk about an all-star corner to give you advice.
Seriously.
Listen to the crowd.
And they don't even need the wrestling unit or the grappling unit, really.
If this continues and Volk wins the decision, it's not a great spot for Diego Lopez. Being in 2 title fights, one where a lot of people thought you got a bit of Dana White privilege.
Yeah, but problem solved if he moves to 155. Because Diego Lopez.
Who, Diego?
Yes. Because Diego is that guy, right? If they said Diego is officially in the running for BMF, I wouldn't even bat an eye at it. Because I like Diego Lopez. And I get that he's not the Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway level yet. But you get him in there with if he loses.
We heard his foot with that kick. Did you see that?
Yeah. I think he kicked.
I think that landed on Volk's elbow. Diego Lopez has got a hurt. He's got a very compromised front leg.
He might have broken his foot. But and that's why I love Ilya's style. Anybody who's kicking heavy is always running the risk of breaking their foot. Even if somebody doesn't mean to block it, but you kick that elbow, man, now you're working off one foot. It's like a car having a flat tire.
Yeah.
You don't get to your points and your marks like you need to.
Well, if you can't cover ground and trap Volk, you're as good as done.
Right.
He's going to just move around like he's doing and
with 2 good legs, especially now you got 1 compromised leg. So
honestly, that was like a gift for Volk to give Lopez that takedown like that because
yeah. Now Volk.
Can you imagine another mounted guillotine?
That would have been crazy. And if he would have got
getting out of 2 of those in your career,
and if he would have got it, T City would have been like, "What the hell?
Yeah,
why not me?"
Oh, beautiful
Big
jab
shot
there by
landed.
Volk. Double unders for Volk here.
Yeah, man, that 35 curse is getting rocked on its head for 2026.
To be honest, the sport is evolving.
Yeah.
People are training different. People are doing strength and conditioning different. People
Eating
are doing nutrition different. It's a different world.
I believe people are going to be like when people say you got a lot of flack in the comments for saying Patty's still youthful. Now, Patty's 31, but in the UFC, he's still a youthful guy. He's only had 7 fights in the UFC or whatever.
Your prime,
So-
I mean, if you take care of yourself, your prime can last. Volk's proving
Yeah.
that it can last till 37. I'm not saying that Patty's the youngest guy in the UFC, but I'm not saying that
Right.
it's over. Like some people are saying it's over for Patty Pimblett. I mean, the dude's 31 years old, you know?
Yeah.
Give him time. Let him nice takedown there by Lopez.
Yeah.
Oh, Lopez on the back.
Lopez on the back with 2.5 minutes to work. That's the thing. But he's got to fight with some urgency. He's got to start looking for some submissions.
Volk's already built up to his feet.
Good. And Volk will hang out here. He knows 2-on-1 on that hand. And unless Diego's going to get off me, we'll just walk this clock down.
Volk will allow the fight to finish right here before he does something stupid.
Right.
Michael Chandler will walk to the middle of the ring and
Power slam.
Chandler walk you to the middle of the ring and power slam you.
Yeah.
That ain't Volkanovski.
All right. Volk landing some elbows. Solid. It's going to get Diego to move, I think. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Got
Sort
heavy
of,
in the
yeah.
legs. Wasn't allowing Diego to take him down. It looked like Diego might have had his arms clenched too.
Nice reversal against the cage there for Volkanovski.
Good head position.
Now Volk's got double unders.
Yeah. He's gonna
Volk
look-
looking for a beautiful trip. Almost.
Yeah, good balance off Diego. Diego's not just letting him take him to the ground. He should look for that Peter Yan elbow to the forearm.
Volk's
Oh,
almost
he's
got
looking
kinda
for a
like high
Kimura.
crotch, yeah.
He's going to try a Kimura sweep. He got it.
He got the Kimura sweep.
Kimura
but
sweep,
Volk-
but he's looking for the armbar now. Oh, no. He's deep on an armbar, but Volkanovski's
Volk's out of it.
stacking.
Volk's out of it. Yeah.
Not yet, but he's stacking. He's in a good spot now. He can sit here. He might have to hold this position for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, Volk's got he's got his hands
Yeah,
squarely
he's
on
got
that.
the arm. Okay, he's got his
Okay,
arm
he's
out.
Volk's out.
He's safe. All right, now he's in a very compromised position.
Yeah.
This is like
This
a
is-
different kind of crucifix.
This is not good for Lopez.
This is the ass to mouth.
Yeah.
Boss.
This is the human
Yeah.
centipede.
Oh man.
Look at Volk raising his hands.
How that's he's got a view of the land down under. Diego Lopez doesn't want to see that.
All right,
But
so
you got to work to get up, man.
this
You're on the
fight's
bottom.
going to end right here.
Yeah.
Volk's going to hold position.
Volk does it again.
Volk again, yeah. I think
I mean, Diego's still looking, but
yeah,
nothing
you're
given.
at this point.
you can
At this
take
point,
that
you're going
foot
to take his
home.
leg home. He's not tapping. 2-1, and that's a wrap.
37-year-old featherweight king, the greatest to
37
ever do it at 145.
100%. Yeah. So
I mean, not only did he get the belt again, he's running with the title again.
yeah, to have a second title reign.
Right.
Now,
And maybe have just won 5 rounds to nothing.
I think it was 4-1. What do you guys have? Let me know in the chat. Do you have that clean sweep for Volk? 4-1, 3-2. Anik said 47-year-old featherweight king.
47-year-old. Oh my God.
Maybe it's a little bit of foreshadowing of the next decade.
Yeah. And Diego just raised Volk's hand to the crowd. So that tells you
Yeah.
who he thinks won.
Yeah, Volk won that
I'm gonna
fight.
pee.
I'll
be right back.
So, yeah, a couple things I'm interested to know. One, do you guys think Volkanovski retires? I don't think so. I mean, there is no better setting for a retirement, right? Like to win in front of that crowd, to become the champion again, and then defend your belt again. In your home country. I mean, if they're at 37 years old, if there ever was a storybook ending, that would be it. But something tells me he's not doing it. Something tells me he's got. And Joe Lopez said in the UFC countdown that he may get another 4 fights out of Volk. Now that was including this one, so 3, but it'd be 3 more. I don't think we get that, but I have a feeling he's going to fight. I think he's going to either fight till he loses or fight till the end of this year. He may fight 1 or 2 more times this year, or until he loses, and then he's calling it. Let me know what y'all think. Yep. So Clean sweep, retire on top. For the sake of my heart, please retire. I hear you, Mike. He said that he's not going to, Joey. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll retire. 50-45. Wow. 49-40. Okay. And still 50-45, 49-46, 49-46. I don't think he'll retire to his next loss. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Volk should go into enemy territory and fight Murphy in England. Hey, yeah, he'd probably do it. You know what? I'd love to see it. I will really miss Volk when he retires. Same. Volk is, I just said this. He's one of my top 5 favorite personalities in the history of the UFC. He's one that has done it right, you know, the whole time. Stayed where he was from. All right, DC's interviewing him now. Let's see what he says. Volk going to fight till 40. Who's pumped for Volk versus Lopez 3?
Me. As many title
All right.
defenses as he needs.
Okay, so DC. His dad looks just
Yeah, he
freaking
does.
like him.
Volk showing love to Sydney, Australia.
Yep.
Classic.
Let's hear
If
what
you
Volk-
haven't seen his farm tour, check it out. It's awesome. Adversity's a privilege.
Yeah.
And he's,
How can you not love Volk?
yeah.
So just saying adversity is a privilege. Tough fight.
Yeah.
Credit to Diego, but
And I mean, he still got Movsar and Lerone Murphy. So there's 2 clear contenders.
DC asking him what it feels like to walk into the octagon in his home ground.
Y'all, who do y'all want to see Volk fight next? Armin? Gene Silva?
It's got to be the winner of Mofsar and Lerone Murphy.
Yeah.
So what the chat was saying is, a lot of people are saying, retire, go out on top. And I mean, there is no better storybook ending than getting your belt back at 37 and then defending it again.
Yeah.
In your home country. Does not get better than that. But I feel like, and this is what like some of the other folks were saying in the chat too, I feel like Volk's going to either fight till he loses or fight till the end of this year.
Or if he beats those 2. If there's 2 undefeated contenders in your division, it's cool to
Hold on one second.
take them out.
I think what he's saying.
Stay composed under fire. Showing
Okay.
more love to Sydney, Australia one more time.
He seems fired up. I don't think he's going to retire.
No, he's not retiring. Tied
Jose for the most defenses in the weight class.
So he's got to break that record. Movsar and Lerone, he said, while he talks to his team, they booked that fight, see what happens.
Yeah, so what Volk basically said was, let's go ahead and book Mofsar versus Lerone Murphy. It seems like that's where their UFC's heading, and then I'll get with my team. The winner of that is next. I mean, how do you not love a guy who literally wants to fight the top? He's not asking for an easy fight.
No.
He's not asking for, somebody who's a bigger name so that he can get
Right.
more whatever. He's like, who is the number 1 contender at
And
145?
if there's 2 of them, make them fight.
That's who I'd like
find
to
the
fight.
number 1. Yeah,
God, I mean, top 5.
it's just refreshing.
I got accused of being a Volk glazer in the comments. Maybe I am. Like,
Glazed up.
maybe that's true. But like, how do you not love a guy that's still wanting to fight against the top contenders?
And if he beats those 2, there's no reason for him to continue anymore because he's already beat everybody
But
else.
does he need to even beat those 2, or does he need to just beat the one? that
Maybe
comes
just
out
beat
on
the
top?
one that comes out with the undefeated record. Yeah.
So Diego Lopez in a tough
Diego
spot.
Lopez, yep. Still, I mean, his foot's going to be. My foot was a balloon.
Mike said, "How can you not love Volk not glazing at all?" Thank you, man. Yeah, I
My
got
foot was a balloon.
as this sport should be. 100%. This is what the sport's about. It's about fighting the best in the world. And, you know, that's what the UFC was built on. It's sometimes we don't always live up to that, you know, but Volk does. And that's why I love him.
Somebody gave this card a 6.
Torin gave the card a 6.
All
It wasn't
right.
that.
I get that.
It
It
I
wasn't
give
as
it
hype
a
as
7.5,
last
8, you know.
After 6 weeks off, I can get why we'd want some bangers, but also they're stacking the deck for the White House, so that's why
Volk versus Lopez 3 might happen, guys. It's not a joke. Yeah, I mean, I know I laughed at it, but it's certainly, you know, not out of the realm of possibility.
I don't want to see Volk fight anybody else for another time. I want to see him fight different
Somebody
people.
new, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, how good is Saul killed? Feed Chandler to him. Yeah.
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 Chandler Saul killed. There's the fight.
Chandler Saul killed. There we go. 324 was better. Yep.
For sure.
Who cares?
All right,
if it's
Batista next weekend, and then 2 weeks from that, we got Strickland and Hernandez here in Houston, Texas, baby. Probably some cool stuff coming from that weekend. Be on the lookout. February 28th, Moreno Almabayev in Mexico, and then we got 326. Just about 5 weeks away. BMF title on the line. Max Holloway, Charles du Bronx, Oliveira. I mean, can't ask for a more stacked start to the year while we're also still trying to give the White House card like the biggest fights possible.
I was expecting a fight announcement tonight. Maybe I missed it because I missed the early parts because of my son's birthday. But
well, they were highlighting the BMF, so maybe maybe that's kind of the one they're pushing right now.
Coronum, he doesn't retire. You guys should be constantly reminding people to like the stream throughout the live so more people can get it recommended. That is a great suggestion, my friend. Thank you. If you haven't already, please like this.
Subscribe here.
Share.
Subscribe on YouTube if you're here. Follow if you're on any of the other platforms. Guys, y'all's support really does mean a lot. And if you haven't gotten us on Instagram or TikTok yet, come over there. We're always in the comments chatting up. Fun conversations to be had. Lots of trolling. But all in all, a good time.
It's pretty good. Yeah. We get grilled in the comments a lot. So, you know, sometimes it's deserved, sometimes it's not. If you're watching on X right now, a simple retweet and a follow would be appreciated there.
Of course.
Like, commenting, and subscribing, of course, if you would be so kind on YouTube. It helps us out tremendously. Like I said, we got Chris out of the rat race, and he's our full-time editor.
Yeah.
We're making little moves. Nick and I are looking to, make this our full-time job, full-time career. We don't have journalism degrees or anything like that. We're just two guys that like to train mixed martial arts and talk about it. And we appreciate all of you being here tonight. Nick, any final thoughts?
One more question here. Are any other underrated prospects have in mind? Who could you have a breakout like?
Who could have a breakout year like Sawkill?
I think Hamzat's friend.
You said his name.
Bizergon Suzerkayev.
Suzerkayev. Yeah,
he's going to have an interesting year. I think because they're not going to give him easy fights, but I do think he's at the level where he can win some tough fights. Aside from that,
he's a little more known, but Atiba Gautier, I think, is going to have a good year.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some issues he's got to resolve, but I do think he's going to be a problem, and he's going to be looking to get those finishes.
Out of the box, Gable Stevenson will be a top 5 UFC heavyweight before the end of next year.
Chael Sonnen said, and he said this is inside information that he can prove. The only person penciled in on the White House card is Gable Stevenson.
Really?
I say book it with Marcus Buchecha. Wrestling versus jiu-jitsu, America versus Brazil. Put it on the card.
That'd be a bad night for Buchecha.
I mean, it could be a bad night, but I think it'd be fun. And it'd be a great entrance into the UFC. I mean, he's had like 3 fights in the UFC, and Gable's only had like 3 fights total. So for me, that's a perfect fight. And Gable Stevenson would likely win that fight. That's exactly what John Jones needs. That can be the night he hands the baton over.
Yeah, well, there you go.
He beats Alex Pereira. Gable Stevenson beats Buchecha 2-0 against Brazilians, and then from then on, the heavyweight division's on notice with a different last name, not Jones, but Stevenson.
There you go.
And everybody says Stevenson.
It's Stevenson, yeah. Well, my name is Steven, so it's like I know when there's an E.
But you're a PH,
yeah. But I still know when there's an E missing.
That's right.
Guys, thank you all so much. This has been a blast.
Let's go, y'all. Thank you.
Yep. We will do a recap tomorrow, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. We're going to do a full recap of the main card.
And, of course, guys, like and comment here. But be sure you check out all these, push the notification so you get notified when the videos drop. We usually do premieres for the full episodes. And then, of course, all the clips get cut into shorts and are always being dropped on the short form platforms. Follow us on those. We want to hit 100K on every platform.
There we go. That would be nice.
That'd be
Thank
awesome.
you, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy your the rest of your weekend.
And tune into that boxing. It should be a pretty good fight if it hasn't already started or ended by now. Peace.
Take care.